From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, bringing you a week of old-time radio detective podcasts from 2012. Because these podcasts are many years old, any offers or information included in the podcast may not be valid unless they're currently reflected on our Great Detectives of Old Time Radio website at greatdetectives.net. Here now is a week of old-time radio detective podcast. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me. Box13 at greatdetectives.net. Give us a call, 208-991-4783, and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/radio detectives. Well, I hope you have a safe and happy new year. Today's episode of The Adventures of Frank Race is brought to you by the support of our listeners. Thanks so much for your support. Here now is The Adventure of the Sobbing Bodyguard.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Paul Dubov. The war changed many things, the face of the earth and the people on it. Before the war, Frank Race worked as an attorney, but he traded his law books for the cloak and dagger of the OSS. And when it was over, his former life was over, too. Adventure had become his business. The Adventures of Frank Race. Now we join Frank Race for the adventure of the Sobbing Bodyguard.
It wasn't what you might call a respectable hour, and I had nothing left but a grunt of relief as I doused the light and burrowed into the bedding. There'd been a meeting with two former combat companions, a pair of lusty travelers intent upon my liquid downfall. I'd outlasted them, but now, with morning threatening to crack at any minute, I needed no crystal ball to forecast what had held for me, a fat hangover. But before I could concentrate on oblivion, there came a sound from the living room. I heard the switch click, and then... That you, Mark?
Yeah, be there in a second.
What goes on?
Where are you? Bed?
Finally, what have you been doing? Packing someone on your back?
Look, do you know what or not? You ain't kidding.
Well, I hope you're kidding. I'm in no condition to nursemaid a drunk.
Look, you father?
Oh, I'm sober enough. You actually have someone in there?
Race, remember when you were in Italy last summer by yourself?
Yes.
Well, I took a fare up to Saratoga for the races. While I was up there, I get into a beef with Eddie Harrington.
I'm a little muddy. The name rings no bell.
Look, get with it, will you? Nightclub owner, hard guy. We get into an argument at the track, and I bust him in his snoot, and he has his boys work me over.
And this is the first time you tell me about it.
Well, I guess I was kind of ashamed of being moral. Of course, it took four of them to do it, you understand?
I understand. And does all this have something to do with the fare you just unloaded in the living room?
It does indeed, brother. That lump in there happens to be Harrington.
Come again, will you? If he's drunk, why bring him here? Or are we conducting a haven for lushers?
Race, listen to me. The guy in there ain't drunk. He's dead.
That brought me out of bed and sent me into the living room with a lunge. Mark's passenger lay spilled over the end of the divan, a big fella, the athletic type gone to seed. His features, even in death, held to a sadistic leer.
That's quite a deal, huh?
What's the story, and it better be good.
There ain't nothing good about it. Look, I am in Follies having me a cup of coffee. When I come out, here is this lad planted in the cab. A guy I had a rhubarb with, the guy that had me beat up. And he's dead in my hack of a bullet through the sconce. So right there I say to myself, Donovan, you are behind the well-known double four-ball.
Bullet through the ear. Could have been suicide.
Are you kid with no gun around? No, Race, no. The brains of homicide would just snort at that one. I gotta plant this boy in somebody else's doorstep, that's all. I gotta think about it with great care.
Mark, the smart thing to do would be to call the police.
Oh, no. I don't want to do that, Race. First place, I tabbed the thing for a frame. Not against me in particular, you understand? It's just that somebody perforated this guy and wants a patsy to pin it on. I happen to fit. Motive and everything.
All right, if you want to play it that way. But if the police do move in, it'll be that much tougher. Why don't you just dump him out in the street somewhere right away?
I picked up a tail the moment I pull away from Follies. A prowl car, no less. Latched on, wouldn't let go. Followed me right here to the door. To make like this boy was a drunk I was delivering home.
It's all too pat. Are they still outside?
Nah, I think they left. I'll have a look, though. Hey.
Still there?
Yeah. With another one pulling up behind him. This thing is getting tight in the French bathing suit. I'm going to get out of here.
Wait, what for?
Them cops.
If they take you, I'll have you out in a matter of hours.
Look, nothing doing. I never liked the clink. If you really want to help me, here's something you should know. Harrington and I got into that fracas because of a dame he was shoving around, see? Dish by the name of Coral Kennedy. Last I heard, she was singing somewhere in Jersey City. I'll see you later.
He got clear of the room by a scant couple of minutes. The visiting group included a patrolman and a couple of plainclothes officers. One of the detectives I knew, a Lieutenant Kessel. This was a complication, because we'd never liked each other.
This layout belong to you, Race?
I've been under that impression. What's the picture? Am I being evicted?
I'll laugh at that one after breakfast, but I'm not so liable to gag on it. I'd explain the lad on the divan.
Looks a little inebriated.
He's dead and you know it. How'd he get in here?
All you had to do was push the door open. He might have done the same thing.
The bullet hole in his head? Why don't you stop? Where's the other guy that lives in the apartment? Who was spotted packing this cargo in here?
What's the pitch, Kessel? It's all so pat. You're knowing just when to arrive and tabbing Donovan so neatly. He felt he was being framed by someone. Looks as though he's right.
You helped him get away, didn't you?
You can put that one back in your hat, Lieutenant. I know nothing about this business. Anything I do for Donovan from now on will be done in my capacity as a licensed investigator.
Yeah? Well, first you're going to stand a little investigating yourself. Starting as of now.
What with the medical examiner and pictures and questions, it was 8 o'clock before I was able to detach myself long enough to grab a shower. After this, Kessel finally and grudgingly indicated that I wasn't to be taken in. So I went out for a breakfast of dry toast and black coffee. While I ordered, another customer slid onto the stool beside me. Plump, sleek, well-manicured, he eyed the counterman with the quiet gaze of a snake digesting a rabbit.
Let me have some coffee, too. Make sure it's hot or I'll push your face in it. Hi, Race. Remember me?
I remember you. Flip Clemson.
Yeah. I come in here so I could talk to you.
I'm gratified.
I hear you got Addie Harrington's body over to your place.
You're full of news.
I hear things. But this is hard to believe. You see, Race, I've been working as Harrington's bodyguard, and I couldn't help feeling real hurt if that was really Addie's body.
Sorry, Flip, you'll have to read about it in the papers.
Keep stalling, I ain't gonna like it.
Look, Flip, I've had a tough night. I've got a headache. Start nagging me, and your face will go into the coffee.
You never try nothing like that with me, Race. You'd only get your fingers down your throat. A long way down.
All right. Now that we've both made faces at each other, why don't we just say so long?
Race,
Yes?
that ain't really Harrington's body, is it?
Buy a paper, Flip. Read all about it. A nightclub at noon. It's like looking at an unmade bed. And the Yellow Slipper in Jersey City was no exception. But there was nothing dowdy about the girl I found there practicing new vocal numbers.
No. I don't mind taking time out. But if you're an agent, I already have one.
Do I look like an agent?
They come in all shapes and sizes. And I don't know anything about your mentality.
I'm not an agent.
Wouldn't be a better job, would it? No deal if strings dangle from it.
Put away the truculence, will you? I came over here simply to ask an impersonal question.
Go ahead.
Can you think of any reason why Addie Harrington would want to commit suicide?
Can I...
She took time out for a few seconds, and the wariness tightened across her features. She turned to the man at the piano. His swarthy personality looked more like a croupier than an accompanist.
Hear that, Rocco?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear.
What would you say?
I would say Addie wouldn't commit suicide for nothing or nobody.
Well, Race, here you are.
I asked you the question. No offense, Rocco, but would you mind getting lost?
Eh? I'm a stay. Unless Carl tell me to go.
Take 5, Rocco. Go get yourself a beer.
For some reason, Rocco didn't like it, but he left. And then I told the girl about Mark Donovan.
Oh, yes, the cab driver. Oh, I certainly do remember him. See, Harrington got pretty mean that day. I think your friend saved me a mauling. Harrington was like that. Always wanted to wrestle.
And you had enough of that type.
I've had a hatful.
How about helping Donovan?
Well, what can I do? I didn't even know Harrington was dead until you broke the news.
Who else could I talk to about Harrington?
Rocco Mentora. Rocco knew him pretty well, but Rocco never liked him. And Rocco doesn't like questions.
Who else?
You could talk to Jean Harrington, Addie's wife.
Where would I find her? At his club?
Jean? She never went near the place. You wouldn't be caught dead in it.
Don't sound so bitter. Doesn't go with those freckles on your nose.
Afraid I can't help it. Singing in a $1.95 layout like this when I could be in New York. And if it weren't for Harrington, I would be.
New York isn't very far from here. When do you have a night off?
Tomorrow? But if you...
Dinner with me? I'm the mental type. I don't start wrestling until very late in the evening.
All right, Ray. Might be fun.
This thing was beginning to worry me. They brought Mark Donovan to trial. He might not fare so well. They'd bring out his liking for brawls. They'd dwell on a revenge motive. I had a friend with the district attorney's office, so I called him, only to find he'd gone on a vacation. But the call brought results. The office sent a visitor that evening, a deputy DA by the name of Manning.
You stirred up quite a fuss at the office this afternoon, Race. What's the gripe against the police department?
I thought I was talking to Carlson when I got on the phone. That's why it seemed as though I was popping off.
Oh, they said you seem to think the Homicide Bureau is pulling a fast one. Oh, that's the nuts. There's nothing wrong with the department.
Nothing vicious, but a thickhead by the name of Kessel happens to be handling the Harrington case. Someone gave him a tip on Mark Donovan. He can't think of anything else.
Oh, yeah. I know Kessel. One-track mind. But what do you want us to do?
I called Carlson because I thought he might give me a break on information. I got nothing from Kessel but abuse.
Well, I'll do what I can to help. Right now, we don't know any more than was in the papers. But I'll keep in touch with you.
It was about an hour after he left that I got a call from Mark Donovan.
Rice, I think I'm in trouble.
Where are you?
Michael's drugstore. You know, the one right around the corner?
What's the problem?
A couple of Joes at the fountain look like dicks. They give me the double O. Now, if I had you here to sort of create one of them diversions...
I'll be right there, right away. Stay put.
You ain't going nowhere, Race. You're going to stay right here.
It was Rocco, the Jersey City piano player, standing just inside the doorway. There was fever in his eyes, in the way he drew on the cigarette plastered to his lower lip, in the way he gripped the automatic in his hand. He was feeling big and tough and in command of things. My guess would have been the stuff that dreams are made of. Bad dreams. Some drug that made him about the deadliest item in the city at the moment. I spoke soothingly to him. Sit down, Rocco. We'll have something to drink.
Won't do you no good to try not to, Race. Because I'm pulling a stopper. Right now...
We'll return to the adventures of Frank Race in just about 1 minute. And now, back to the adventures of Frank Race.
I was on the floor. With the room full of gun smoke, with Rocco still at the door looking as though he'd just been elevated to a priesthood. But his bullets hadn't spilled me. I had dropped the split second before he fired, and now I feigned limpness, reasoning he'd come over for a closer look. He did. And when he got near enough, I grabbed! And now Rocco was down and out. It was probably going to be several minutes before he'd be capable of answering questions, and unfortunately I couldn't hang around, not with Mark waiting for me. But at the drugstore, there was no sign of Mark. I slammed back to the apartment and found Rocco gone too, which left me floundering. So I called headquarters, and I learned that Mark Donovan had just been brought in and was being booked on suspicion of murder. Now I had two things to do. One was to see about freeing Mark. The other was to pay a visit to a woman I'd never met. Cool and sparkling, she reminded me of fine glass. It was hard to picture her as being married to a man like Addie Harrington. Then it occurred to me that I hadn't seen Addie Harrington at his best.
You're not a policeman, Mr. Ray.
How do you know?
You're too intelligent looking.
I can see I'm going to have to tread carefully with you.
Not unless you want to. I have a taste for big men who also happen to be good looking.
And you, a brand new widow.
Addie and I were divorced 6 months ago. It was a parting without tears.
And you don't know a thing about what just happened to him?
Not a thing, Ray.
Yet right away you go into an act for me. A man you've never seen before. Why?
I don't know what you mean.
Look, Duchess, you're much too smooth to start gushing within the first 15 minutes. Unless you have a motive.
Oh, come now, Ray. You underestimate yourself.
You wouldn't want to tell me if Harrington carried heavy insurance, would you?
I would if I could, mister. But Addie Harrington always kept his affairs very much to himself, which was one of the reasons we were never compatible.
You happen to know anything about his death?
Only what I read in the newspapers. I've been out of town, Ray, so I got back only a few hours ago.
Uh-huh. Well, is there anything you can tell me about a lad called Rocco Mentora?
I don't believe I've ever heard of him.
With a slight touch of hesitation, indicating that your answer would hardly stand up against the lie machine.
Race. For a man who isn't with the police, you're boringly inquisitive.
I'm sorry, Duchess, I have to be. In this case, it'll keep a friend of mine from being convicted of murder.
Race, come on over.
Hello, Clemson.
Race, this is Johnny Ortega. Climb in, we'll give you a lift.
No, thanks. I need the exercise.
What'd I tell you, Johnny? Cagey guy. Never wants to say nothing. Yeah, Race, go on, look at me. So I've been balling. Guy's got to right the ball when a pal gets knocked off, ain't he? Well, ain't he?
I guess he has, Flip.
Addie Harrington was a good guy. An unhappy guy, too. The club going broke on him. There was no reason for to knock Addie off. Besides, it ain't good for a bodyguard's career to lose an employer. Who's this pal of yours that gunned him down, Race?
Hang up, Flip. You've got the wrong number.
You heard me. Who was he?
Sorry, Flip.
All right, you asked for it. Take him, Johnny.
Yeah.
Ortega had been standing alongside the car, and suddenly I found myself in the iron clutch of a hammer.
Now, maybe you'll talk before Ortega breaks your arm. Put a little pressure on him, Johnny. Yeah. Okay, give. You talker, Johnny. You'll twist that arm clear over your head. Give him another boost, Johnny.
Yeah. When you're standing erect, there's an antidote for a hammerlock. But you have to get your feet clear of your man. Ortega, busy with his sadism, finally left himself open. So against his shin, I jammed a heavy heel. He let go of the hammerlock and sat down on the sidewalk to rock back and forth in agony. Flip Clemson stared in disbelief for a second, then stabbed at the car's glove compartment. But he dropped the gun, getting it out, and as he bent over, I jammed his head against the floorboard and got it myself. You just relax, Flip. Then we'll all be happier. Personally, I've no hard feelings at all, because you've just given me the probable reason for Addie Harrington's death. I got Mark out on a writ of habeas corpus, but with an inquest coming up, we were in need of information. So I called Detective Lieutenant Kessel. When I told him what I'd like to know about Jean Harrington, whether she had a boyfriend or not, his reply mirrored his feeling for private investigators.
Look, you're a shamus. Find out for yourself.
And that was that. I felt fortunate I could go to Manning in the DA's office.
I guess we can find that out for you, Race. Anything else?
I'd like to know if Harrington carried a big insurance policy, but I'll check on that myself. On the anxious seat now, I phoned Manning the next afternoon.
No dice, Race. At least no boyfriend we can turn up.
Thanks anyway.
What'd you learn about the insurance?
That part gels, Manning. One of the terms of their divorce settlement stipulated that Harrington keep up a $100,000 policy with Jean Harrington as beneficiary.
Yeah? What do you make out of it?
Nothing I can prove yet, but I'm going to keep trying. It was the next night at dinner that Coral Kennedy told me she'd given up her Jersey City job and come to New York for good.
You see, with Harrington dead, I'm finally free.
Free?
Well, Addie had me under contract. When I walked out on him, he wouldn't release me. That's why I was working under the phony name.
All of which might be an excellent motive for your having murdered Harrington.
Gosh, it could seem that way, couldn't it?
Except that he wasn't murdered.
What?
Well, at least that's my belief. I just wish I could prove it. There was plenty of reason for his suicide. Harrington was broke, been drinking heavily, and his club was deep in the red.
When did you find out all this?
Today, I've been in half the bars and nightclubs in town.
Who'd want to make it look like murder when it's a suicide?
Mrs. Harrington, they were divorced, and one of the terms of the settlement was that Harrington maintain a $100,000 insurance with her as beneficiary.
Oh.
But suicide on the part of the insured always voids a policy.
Well, I've got some news, too, Race. I went by Harrington's nightclub today. It was closed, but I ran into Addie's man there, his Filipino houseboy. He told me that Addie'd been feeling morbid and depressed. He said Addie took an overdose of sleeping pills just a week ago, but got sick and snapped out of it.
My angel, where can I find that boy?
I've got his address right here. Oh, gosh, Race, I left it in my other purse. It's at the apartment.
I know of no better reason for you to take me home with you. Come on, baby.
You'd better wait in the hall, Race.
Nothing doing. I'll help you look.
Oh? And then?
And then I'll go and get some ice cream, and we'll have a real homey evening together.
You ain't going nowhere. Neither one of you.
Rocco!
Yeah, Rocco. You've been talking too much, chicken. You've been talking too much to the wrong people.
Seems as though you and I went through this sort of thing once before, Rocco.
Yeah. But this
Get
time
going, Coral.
I ain't missing.
I came out of it looking up at a clinically white ceiling. That and my sense of smell told me I was hospitalized. Swiveling the neck a little, I gazed into the opaque countenance of Detective Lieutenant Kessel.
Well, Race, how do you feel?
Like a ham on a hook. What goes with the arm?
It's strung up like that because you took a slug through the shoulder. Nothing serious. You'll be out in a couple of days.
How'd they do all of this to me so quickly?
Get wise, Race. You've been here some time. This is now tomorrow afternoon.
Well, it's nothing like a good sleep. How about the girl?
You're, speaking of this one, I suppose?
He pushed a newspaper at me with a photograph on the front page, Coral Kennedy's photograph. But beyond recognizing that, my eyes wouldn't function, so I asked Kessel to read the account.
I don't have to read it. I know it by heart. She was found this morning by some guys going to work in a galvanizing plant. What was left of her was found in a vat of molten zinc.
Kessel had said I'd be out of the hospital in a couple of days. Turned out to be wrong. I made it the next morning. But I left the place with about as much enthusiasm as a used car appraiser inspecting a Model T. At the curb, I found Mark Donovan waiting in his cab.
Climb in, Race. We got things to do.
What are you so brisk about? This is the day of the Harrington inquest.
Yeah. I know. The way things look, I will most likely be indicted. But I just turned up a little nugget of info that might change the whole picture. I have learned where that lad Rocco is holding up, and it happens to be at none other than the apartment of the late Mr. Harrington's former wife, Jean.
You're sure?
I am in dead earnest. What do you say we go get him?
All right, but not by ourselves. One, it wouldn't be good for you to become involved in a fight right now. Two, I personally haven't the strength to wiggle a mound of tripe, so we'll get Kessel. And to make sure he stays in line, we'll also take along Manning of the district attorney's office.
I hope this doesn't turn out to be a false alarm. I've got other things to do.
Don't worry, it ain't no false alarm.
We take your car, Manning. It's a sedan.
Sure, it's right here.
And what am I going to do with this Rocco? Even if I take him in, Race, it's only your word against his that he shot you. Hey, what's the matter, Manning? Can't you get your own car door open?
Ah, there it is. Okay, get in. We can at least go out and talk to this fellow.
Wow. What a deputation.
I'm sure you don't mind if we come in.
Why,
I'll check right through the whole place right now, Liz.
Look, what goes on?
Do you happen to know a man called Rocco Mentora, Mrs. Harrington?
Rocco? Well, of course, he's my former...
Yeah, he's here all right, Race. I'd call, whether from sleep or reefers, I wouldn't be prepared to say.
Mr. Mentora hasn't been feeling well. He came over here for a few hours to rest. It's all perfectly proper. I keep a housekeeper here and a maid,
You
and
told me a few days ago you'd never heard of Mentora.
Just what are you trying to prove?
Yeah, that's a good point, Race. What are we trying to prove?
Well, first, that Addie Harrington wasn't murdered, but he committed suicide. But it was important to Mrs. Harrington that it looked like murder, so she could collect her husband's fat insurance. That's why her boyfriend murdered Coral Kennedy, because Coral knew too much.
Boyfriend? You mean this Mentora guy?
No. I mean you, Manning.
Manning? You're kidding, Race.
I'm not kidding. I didn't bring Manny into the case. He came in himself when he heard of my calling Carlson. It gave him a chance to be on top of everything all the way. And it was Manning who pushed Coral Kennedy into that vat of zinc.
He's gone off his rocker, Kessel. They let him out of the hospital too soon.
Oh, wait. How do you know, Race? How do you know? How do you know Manning pushed her into the vat?
He couldn't get his car open because of the condition of his keys. His keychain must have been dangling when he handled Coral Kennedy's body, so that the keys went into the galvanizing solution. That's why he had trouble opening his car. Take a look at the keys, Kessel. The evidence is all over them.
Don't go for that gun, Manning. Ain't smart.
I figured you'd be handy when I asked you to come along, Kessel. You're always so doggone truculent.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Paul Dubov with Tony Barrett as Mark Donovan, comes to you from Hollywood. Others heard in tonight's cast were Lillian Pyatt, Jack Crucian, Tom Holland, Michael Ann Barrett, and Gerald Moore. This series is written and directed by Buckley Angel and Joel Murcott. The music is composed and played by Ivan Ditmars. Be sure to be with us again this time next week for another dramatic chapter in The Adventures of Frank Race. Art Gilmore speaking. This is a Bruce Ells production.
Welcome back. You know, it's remarkable sometimes when you hear this cast that Frank Race had. Gerald Moore, so many of the best people on radio appeared in these episodes. And this one, I think, definitely had an intriguing twist. Not only did you have a murder that was really a suicide, but the district attorney, a person working for that office, was actually behind the whole cover-up. I'm also impressed how really Frank Race has got a lot of flexibility. The cases that he takes can vary from kind of spy capers to just insurance investigation to something that's really a lot more strict private eye material. Well, that'll actually do it for today. We'll be back next year, i.e. tomorrow, with an episode of A Life in Your Hands, and then join us back here on next Monday for an episode of The Adventures of Frank Race. And don't forget, this week, Great Detectives of Old Time Radio moves to 6 days a week with the lineup coming on Saturday. Well, before we do get started, I want to encourage you, if you've not already, to pick up your copy of What Made the Golden Age Shine. In this essay, I examine what made Golden Age entertainers, such as Jimmy Durante and Lou Costello, so popular, and what makes Golden Age entertainment continue to attract new audiences to this day. You'll find out this in What Made the Golden Age Shine, available for your Kindle. Well, Alive in Your Hands concluded its first run in 1949. And when People Are Funny went on vacation again in 1950, once again, the program was set up, this time with a new actor playing Jonathan Kegg. The actor in question was Carlton Kadell. Kadell really was better known for some of his performances as an announcer. He was known for working on Amos and Andy, for instance, as well as the Seal Test Variety Theater with Dorothy Lamour. However, he had done his fair share of acting work. Perhaps his most notable role was as Tarzan in the 1930s, and then later on in 1952, he would become the last radio actor to play the role of Sky King. So, a true radio performer taking over here for this 1950 run. There would be a 1951 run of A Life with Your Hands that would star Lee Bowman, but none of those episodes are available. So this is the last Jonathan Kegg will hear. Kadell would also take on the role in 1952. So here is the first case we have from the Carlton Kadell era. This one is from May 29th of 1950, or May 25th, 1950, and the title is Carol Carson Murdered.
Raleigh Cigarettes present transcribed Earl Stanley Gardner's A Life in Your Hands.
Was there a door between the rooms? What time did you deliver the groceries? Where was the poker?
Listen while we place A Life in Your Hands.
Decisions recently issued by the Federal Trade Commission, an agency of the United States government, should convince you.
You cannot believe in throat tests.
You cannot believe in nose tests.
But you can believe your own eyes.
So take the Raleigh eye test and see for yourself the only real important difference between leading brands of cigarettes. A difference you can believe, because it's a difference you can see. The Raleigh Profit-Sharing Premium Coupon.
You never know when you step from the safety of your home, when you may witness a violent death and be called upon to testify as to what you saw and heard, and suddenly find yourself with a life in your hands. Murder is a dark enigma that strikes fear into the heart of man, strange, baffling, mysterious. But the darkest crime one man can invent, another man can unravel. Such a man is Jonathan Kegg, created by Earl Stanley Gardner, the world's most popular mystery writer, creator of Perry Mason, Christopher London, and many other outstanding characters.
I beg your pardon. Is this seat taken?
No, it isn't. Sit down, won't you?
Thanks. Where are you headed for?
Bear Lake, Illinois, to do a little fishing.
Oh, good idea. You're entitled to a little rest after that Jackson case.
I beg your pardon. Have we met?
No, I'm Joe Maxwell of the Times. You see, it's a reporter's business to know people like you, Mr. Kegg.
Well, thank you very much.
You can help me out, if you will. This work you do as amicus curiae. Would you explain it to me? You see, I've never reported one of your cases, but I might sometime, and it would help me to know what an amicus curiae is.
Glad to help you, Joe. An amicus curiae, which is translated literally as a friend of the court, is a person who is an expert in a specific field, who, without serving either the prosecution or the defense, helps the court to discover the objective truth.
Well, I know you're an expert at cross-examination. Do you cross-examine a witness till you finally get the truth?
That's about the size of it. You know, Joe, it's amazing how many times the testimony of a completely innocent bystander is the thing that brings out the truth. Any of us may at any time be witness to a crime. And what we see and hear may mean someone's life. Even now, somewhere about us, there may be a crime in the making.
Sue, get away from that window and help me with your... What you doing?
It's Betsy, Ma. She's following Matt in the harrow. She's too little. She's going to fall and get hurt.
Oh, now, don't worry none about that. Matt'd as soon lose legs let Betsy get hurt.
Matt can't be watching the child always.
That man got his choice. The farm will go to seed before he lets that young'un get into mischief.
And that ain't no good either, Ma. Old man Carson said Matt and I was to raise her. Can't do that unless we got money from out of the farm.
Now, don't fret so, Sue. Betsy's all right. Say, you hear what the farm child said when he brung the groceries from town today?
No. What was that?
Said he heard from Lawyer Bates they let Betsy's ma out the penitentiary a week ago.
Carol? Loose? Oh, Ma. Do you think she'll come back here?
I don't know. Maybe. Carol Carson do most anything again.
She ain't going to get Betsy back. You hear me, Ma?
Now, Sue, don't you go and get all wrought up. Old man Carson give Betsy to you and Matt to bring up. I do wish there'd been some writing on it, though. Writing according to the law.
Sue! Ma Fisher! Sue, you hear me?
Matt, what happened? What happened to Betsy?
She was running after me while I was harrowing. I was watching her much as I could. She must have tripped on a rock. Anyhow, she cut her hand on one of the blades, and it set her off. I can't do nothing with her.
You give me that child, Matt Wilson. There, honey. Now, don't you take on so. Granny'll fix it up. Yes, there.
Is she hurt bad, Ma?
No. Her hand's cut a bit, but she's mostly scared. I'm going to take her in and wash that hand off some. You two don't worry none. I'll take care of her.
Your Ma sure is wonderful with a child, Sue.
Yeah. She acts just like it was our own. I guess she wanted a grandchild much as we wanted our own baby.
We got our own baby now, Sue. Old man Carson said Betsy was ours.
Tom Childs told Ma they let Carol loose last week. You hear that?
Here. They told him in town yesterday. I didn't want to worry you none, honey.
I know, Matt. Thing that worries me. Can Carol take Betsy away from us? Can she, Matt? I couldn't stand it.
Old man Carson give Betsy to us. He didn't want the woman that killed his boy to raise his grandchild, even if she is Betsy's real mother. Carol ain't going to take Betsy away from us, Sue. Not over my dead body.
Matt, someone's coming.
Probably J. Smith. His mare's about to fold.
Matt, it's Carol Carson. She's just driving up.
Where's my rifle?
No, Matt. Don't do nothing rash.
Be quiet, Sue. Come on. You too, Ma. What do you want here, Carol?
Why, the gun, Matt.
What do you want here?
Hello, Sue. How are you, Ma? Mrs. Fisher to you.
What are you doing here?
What do you think? I came for my kid. You ain't gonna get
No,
Betsy.
you can't.
Be quiet, you two. Get out of here, Carol.
No use to argue. I got a court order.
I said get out of here.
Take it easy, Matt. The law says
Damn
that
the law. No one takes Betsy out of this house. Now get.
You can't
Matt.
do this. Put down that rifle.
Get!
You think you can get away with this, Matt Wilson, but you can't. I'm going to have my kid.
I'm giving you till I count 3. 1, 2.
Matt, you had no right to threaten Mrs. Carson with a rifle. Mrs. Carson is Betsy's real mother. Judge Slade gave an order putting Betsy in her mother's custody till there could be a trial on the matter.
But, Sheriff, Carol Carson ain't fit.
Now, Matt, the court's the best judge of what's fit.
John Olcott, I've knowed you since you was, well, since we played together as kids. And you know well as me this woman ain't the one should have Betsy.
Please, Sheriff. We've had Betsy 2 years. She's just like our own.
If you people want to bring suit for custody of the child, you can do so. In the meantime, the court says Betsy's to be turned over to her real mother.
No! That woman just wants to get hold of old man Carson's money. She don't care about my Betsy. You can't do it.
So, be quiet. Sheriff, I don't know what I'll have to do, but Betsy's our child. And that woman ain't never going to raise her.
Listen to me. I've had all I'm going to take from you. Betsy's my brat, and I'm going to keep her. You think after all I put up with from Bill Carson, after being shut up in prison for 2 long years, you think after all that I'm going to have nothing to show? I got Betsy. And long as I got her, I got this farm. And I'm going to keep them both. Now you get out of here. Get out before I take this poker and bang!
If I knew you was coming, I'd have baked a cake. Baked a cake. Listen to that young'un, will you? Little Betsy ain't been the same kid since she come to live with her ma. That Carol Carson ain't no good. Matt Wilson ever hear that youngster take on like that? Huh. Quieted down. Mrs. Carson. Mrs. Carson. Groceries. Must have gone out and left the kid alone. Mrs. Carson. Groceries. Don't want to wake Betsy. I'll just put the stuff in the kitchen here. What kind of mother is she?
Hello, this is Sheriff Olcott.
Sheriff, this is Matt Wilson. I'm at the Carson place. You better get out here right away. Somebody's murdered Carol Carson.
Smokers, it pays 2 ways to smoke Raleigh cigarette. It pays with top-quality smoking enjoyment. It pays with luxury premiums. There are over 75 beautiful premiums, and you can get them just like gifts. Just smoke Raleighs and save the profit-sharing coupon. And remember,
A recent decision by the Federal Trade Commission, an agency of the United States government, should prove to you
you cannot believe in throat tests.
you cannot believe in nose tests.
But you can believe your own eyes. So take the Raleigh eye test and see for yourself the only important difference between leading brands of cigarettes. A difference you can believe because it's a difference you can see. The Raleigh profit-sharing premium coupon.
Come in. The door's unlocked.
Mr. Jonathan Kegg?
Yes? Can I help you?
My name's John Olcott. I'm sheriff here.
Oh, glad to know you, Sheriff. Sit down.
Thank you.
I've been out fishing all morning.
Oh.
As soon as I finish dressing, I'm going downstairs for a bite of lunch. Care to join me?
Pleasure, Mr. Kegg. Tell me, ain't you the one I read about in the paper as fella helps judges find out who really commits crimes?
Well, I guess I have had a good deal of publicity. Quite often I act as amicus curiae.
Amicus? Yeah, you're the man I wanted to see.
Now, Sheriff, I'm here for a little rest and vacation. All I want to do is fish.
Mighty fine bass in Bear Lake.
I was out there this morning. Why, do you know I had one on my line at
Well, it must have been that long.
Land him?
No, unfortunately. Just another big one that got away.
Mr. Kegg, just what is a amicus curiae? I got a general idea, of course, but I'd like to get it straight.
Well, an amicus curiae is a person who has special qualifications to help a court discover the true facts. I cross-examine witnesses.
Mr. Kegg, I ain't a court, but I sure want to find out the truth. You think you could help me?
In an investigation?
Something like that.
I don't ever do any kind of detective work.
Well, we had a killing last week. Woman named Carson shot her husband a couple of years back. Just got out of the penitentiary.
Who killed her? Some of her husband's family?
Nope. Only family her husband, Bill Carson, had was his pa. He died right after sent Carol away.
Wait a minute, Sheriff. The minimum penalty for murder in this state is 14 years. How could the woman have been released so soon?
They called it manslaughter. Give her 1 to 5.
I see.
This woman had a baby, little girl named Betsy. She's 3 now. Old man Carson, Bill's pa, left everything he had to Betsy and left her in the care of Matt and Sue Wilson. Oh, she and Matt just adore Betsy. So does her ma. She lives with him.
Go on, Sheriff.
Well, Carol come back to town about 10 days ago. Got an order from Judge Slade giving her custody of Betsy. The Wilsons never had no legal papers on their caring for the child.
The mother is entitled to the child, Sheriff.
Shucks, she only wanted Betsy's money.
What happened?
Saturday afternoon, about 3:15, Matt called me from the Carson place. Said somebody killed Carol. I went out there. Somebody put a rifle bullet, right through the back of her head. Then I went to Wilson Farm. Matt and the others was there. So was little Betsy. All Matt'd say was he found Carol dead. Called me, then took Betsy home with him.
That's not at all unlikely.
No. Only thing wrong about it, the bullet that killed Carol come from Matt Wilson's rifle. I found the rifle in his kitchen.
What does he have to say about that?
Nothing. Won't talk. I ain't arrested him yet. But I gotta arrest somebody soon. I got them all come to my office this afternoon. I was wondering if you could be there.
Well, I don't see how I could help, Sheriff.
Mr. Kegg, I've known these folks all my life. They're good people. Maybe you could find out the truth. Will you be there?
I'll do what I can.
Well, that's the story, Matt. Up in Springfield, they say it was a bullet from your rifle that killed Carol. See, ballistic proved it. What's that say?
Nothing.
Well, now, Matt, that attitude ain't going to help none. Was it self-defense? Carol's body was lying in front of the fireplace, across the poker, like she was going for it.
That's very interesting.
Huh? You got some questions you want to ask us, Kay?
One or two, if I may. Sheriff, you say Carol's body was found in the living room in front of the fireplace. She'd been shot through the back of the head.
That's right.
Where in the house did little Betsy sleep?
Well, her crib was in a small room just off the living room.
Was there a door between the two rooms?
Yes, there was.
Did you examine the whole house?
Went over the whole place. Nothing was upset.
I understand, but what I'm getting at is this. Was there any indication that anyone else had been in the house that day?
No, I can't think of... Wait a minute. There was a bag of groceries sitting just inside the kitchen door. That'd mean Tom Childs probably made a delivery sometime that day.
Mm-hmm. Has the time of death been established?
Coroner figures it was between 2:30 and 3 o'clock.
Thank you, Sheriff. Now, Matt, what's your story?
Nothing much. I went up to the Carson place around 3. Carol was lying there dead. I ran into the baby's room to see she was all right. She was sleeping peaceful. So I phoned the sheriff what happened. Then I woke Betsy up and carried her home. That's all.
Where was your rifle at that time?
In my hand.
Why did you go to see Carol Carson?
I wanted her to give Betsy back.
How long had you had the rifle with you?
Ever since I went out after we ate, about 12 o'clock.
Excuse me, Mr. Kegg. Matt, if you had that rifle with you from 12 o'clock till after the murder, then you must have shot Betsy. Carol.
I didn't shoot no one. I potted a crow over the corn, that's all.
But, Matt, Ballistics proved the murder bullet was fired from your rifle.
I don't know nothing about them ballistics. I guess they could make a mistake like anyone else.
Oh, they don't make no mistakes, Matt. I guess after that, there's not much I can do. Coroner's jury says it's murder. I gotta arrest you, Matt, for murder.
Oh, no. No, you can't do
Now,
that to my
Susan,
Matt. Sheriff, he ain't
I'm
done
sorry,
nothing
Susan.
wrong.
I don't have no choice in the
Please,
matter.
Sheriff, he ain't
Stay
done
out of this, Sue. Sheriff, doing what's right.
Sheriff, I'd like to ask these people some questions.
Go ahead, Mr. Kegg.
Thank you. Mr. Wilson, when you found Carol's body, you said the baby was in the next room asleep.
That's right.
Sheriff, when you got the phone call, did you hear the baby in the background?
Nope, didn't hear nothing but Matt.
I see. Are you certain Carol Carson was killed before 3 o'clock?
Doc Poe says no earlier than 2:30, no later than 3.
Strange. What's the caliber of Matt's rifle, Sheriff?
.30-06.
Make a lot of noise in a closed room?
Sure would.
Mrs. Wilson, what did you do after the midday meal?
Ma and I tidied up. Then I took the car and went into town to match some material for a dress.
What time did you leave and what time did you get back?
Left about 1, I guess. Got back near 3:30.
Did you spend all that time matching material?
Well, no, I didn't. I was upset about losing Betsy. I didn't even go to town at all. I just drove around back roads. Once I stopped the car and had myself a good cry.
Yes, I understand. Tell me about Betsy. Is she a calm and placid child, a sound sleeper?
Oh, goodness, no. She's real high-strung, wakes up if there's any noise. Scares easy. Too easy, I say.
Mrs. Fisher, where were you that afternoon?
To Holmes, putting up tomatoes.
All afternoon?
Yep.
Between 1 o'clock, when Sue left in the car, and the time Matt got home with Betsy, did you see anyone?
No, not a soul.
Now, let me get this straight. Mrs. Fisher was at home alone at the time of the murder. Sue Wilson was riding around in the car, also alone. And Matt was... What were you doing, Matt?
Just wandering around the farm, checking the crops and the like.
Carrying your rifle?
Yes.
Did you see anyone?
No.
I wonder if you three would mind waiting in the hall for a few minutes. I'd like to speak to the sheriff in private.
Come on.
What was the idea of that, Mr. Kegg?
You know, Sheriff, if this were anything but murder, I'd take my hat off to those people.
Why's that?
One of them is undoubtedly guilty. But look at it from a jury's point of view. Each of them had a strong motive in love for the child. Not one of them had anything even remotely like an alibi. And they all had a chance to get the rifle.
Yeah, but Matt says he had the rifle.
If he's telling the truth, he must be guilty. Well, I suspect he would say that even if he didn't have it, to protect whichever of the women he thinks did it.
Yeah, that's what he'd do.
What about fingerprints on the rifle?
Had all their prints on it.
Yeah, naturally, it would. No, Sheriff, you've got enough to convince a jury that one of them is guilty. But the way things stand now, the jury wouldn't be able to decide which one. And that means they would all go free.
And what do you suggest, Mr. Kegg?
We need more testimony. There's one other person I'd like to call, someone we haven't talked to.
I'll get anyone you want, Mr. Kegg. Anyone at all.
Jonathan Kegg is about to question a person who had absolutely no connection with the crime, except that he happened to be in a certain place at a certain time. If that person were you, could you possibly recall what you had seen or heard? Your responsibility would be great, for you would hold a life in your hands.
You cannot believe in throat tests.
You cannot believe in nose tests.
Decisions recently issued by the United States Government Federal Trade Commission should convince every intelligent smoker that you cannot believe in throat tests. You cannot believe in nose tests. These distinguished government experts, appointed by law to protect the public against false advertising claims, have declared...
1. There is no reliable basis for claims that one brand is superior to another
in respect to throat irritants. 2. All manufacturers of leading brands of cigarettes buy their leaf tobacco from the same sources.
With these 2 facts in mind, give yourself Raleigh's famous eye test. Hold up 2 packs of cigarettes. One of Raleigh's, one of any other leading brand. Turn them around. Take the eye test. You'll see the difference.
Yes, you'll see that only Raleigh's have a coupon on the back. And smokers, that Raleigh profit-sharing coupon is the only real important difference between leading brands of cigarettes. It's a difference you can believe because it's a difference you can see. So switch to Raleigh cigarettes, America's greatest cigarette value.
Jonathan Kegg has asked the sheriff to summon Tom Childs to his office. Childs is the man who delivers groceries to the farms in the area. He's also sent for little Betsy, although she has been kept outside. Mr. Kegg has now begun to question Tom Childs.
Mr. Childs, at what time, as a rule, do you deliver groceries?
Depends on who they're for. I'm apt to leave town about 1.
Was it usual for you to reach the same farms at about the same time every day?
Yep.
What time did you usually get to the Carson place?
Around 2:45.
Is that the time you got there last Saturday?
About then.
When you arrived, did you see Mrs. Carson?
Nope, I didn't see no one. Just opened the door and set the stuff on the kitchen floor and went on my way.
Didn't you knock or call out?
Yeah, but not too loud. Didn't want to rouse Betsy. She just got quieted down.
What do you mean, just got quieted down?
As I was driving up the lane, I hear her start that wild screaming she does sometimes when she's real scared. But by the time I got to the house, she was all quiet. So I didn't make much noise.
Now, think carefully, Mr. Childs. Did you hear anything before the child began to scream? A shot, possibly?
I didn't note. There's lots of shooting hereabouts, what with crows and all.
Thank you, Mr. Childs. Where is Betsy, Sheriff?
Waiting outside.
Would you have her brought in now, please, and have everyone else but Matt leave the room? Well, Betsy, you're a pretty little girl. How are you today, my dear?
She don't talk much to strangers.
No, she doesn't. I hate to do this. She'll be frightened, but we've got to find the truth. Go ahead, Sheriff. You'd better calm Betsy down, Mr. Wilson. She's frightened.
I can't. Can't no one calm her down when she's like that but Ma Fisher.
You got to my baby. Give me that child.
Go ahead, Mrs. Fisher. You're the only one who can quiet her. I think the best thing is for you to tell us just what happened, Mrs. Fisher.
All right, I'll tell. But I want you all to know I wasn't going to let Matt go to jail. I'd have told you before I'd let that happen. He's been real good to my girl.
I reckon you would have, Ma.
Thanks, Johnny. Well, I went over to the Carson place Saturday afternoon to talk some sense into Carol, but she wouldn't listen. I had Matt's rifle. Now, don't ask me why. I guess I was going to scare her. Anyhow, she wouldn't give Betsy back. I argued, but it just didn't do no good. And then she told me to get and reached for the poker. And that's when I shot her.
Please go on, Mrs. Fisher.
Betsy woke up and started to cry. I went in to quiet her. And while I was doing that, I heard Tom Childs bringing the groceries. I didn't know what to do. I knew the child would sleep a while. She was all right. I couldn't think straight, so I wandered home so I could plan what to do. I plumb forgot Matt's rifle. And then before I could do anything, Matt come in with the baby. Said he found Carol dead.
When I found my rifle laying near Carol, I thought maybe Sue would... Well, I knew how she loved the baby. So I carried the rifle home and said I'd had it all the time.
I think we know the truth, Sheriff. I think self-defense would be a reasonable plea.
I think maybe you're right, Mr. Kegg. But tell me, how did you get to the truth?
Thanks to the testimony of Tom Childs, who just happened to be in the vicinity, we learned that Betsy woke up and screamed. It was logical that if you shot off a rifle in the room next to where such a high-strung child was sleeping, that child would wake up and scream. Mrs. Fisher was the only one who could quiet Betsy when she was really upset.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Kegg. You saved Matt. And as for Ma, well, we got lots of justice here, Bob.
Kegg, that was a most interesting case.
It was indeed, Mr. Wallace. And thanks to the testimony of an innocent bystander, we were able to arrive at the truth.
Thanks very much, Mr. Kegg, and good night.
Good night, Mr. Wallace.
Friends, here's a cordial invitation for each of you to be with us next Tuesday, when you will again hear Jonathan Kegg, created by Earl Stanley Gardner, author of the internationally famous Perry Mason stories and many others. And remember, you can believe your own eyes. So look for the pack with the coupon on the back. Raleigh Cigarettes, America's greatest cigarette value.
I like a man who smokes a pipe.
Yes, women prefer men who smoke pipes. And pipe smokers prefer Sir Walter Raleigh, the quality pipe tobacco of America.
Men look like he-men when they're smoking pipes.
And real he-men naturally prefer Sir Walter Raleigh. They like its mellow goodness, its rich, satisfying, no-bite flavor.
And Sir Walter Raleigh is so fragrant.
Yes, Sir Walter Raleigh is the brand of grand aroma.
Give me a man who smokes Sir Walter Raleigh.
A Life in Your Hands is created by Earl Stanley Gardner, with script by the McKees. The program is transcribed, produced, and directed by Jack Simpson, with musical effects by Whitey Berquist. Jonathan Kegg is played by Carlton Kadell. This is Myron Wallace inviting you to be with us next week, when Raleigh Cigarettes, the pack with the coupon on the back, will again place a life in your hands.
Welcome back. I love this episode. This is probably my favorite episode of the series that I've heard so far. I've heard a few others that come after this, not all of them yet. But I love this episode in that they take Kegg kind of out of his normal rules to get to the truth of the case. And I find that just a great twist, and I love the plot as well. It definitely creates a more sympathetic case, but the cross-examination skills of Jonathan Kegg come in handy, and he's able to solve the case. Well, that'll do it for today. We will be back with you tomorrow with Let George Do It, and then join us next Tuesday for Life in Your Hands. And remember, Saturday marks the first regular program as we will begin playing for you the lineup on our new police procedural day. Today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners, and I especially want to thank Patricia for her support. And we will be sending along access to our premium site, which we do with all donations of $7 or more. Well, now it's time for today's episode of Let George Do It. This one is from May the 12th of 1952, and the title is The Iron Hand.
Personal notice, danger's my stock and trade. If the job's too tough for you to handle, you've got a job for me, George Valentine. Write full details.
Standard Oil Company of California invites you to Let George Do It.
Before we begin tonight's adventure of George Valentine, here's a reminder that for real ease and convenience, you can't beat a Chevron National Credit Card. Honored in the West by independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations, and by other leading oil companies throughout the rest of the United States and Canada, a Chevron National Credit Card is your key to new driving pleasure. No need to carry extra cash when you travel. For gas, oil, and other purchases, just charge it. Your receipt is an accurate, permanent record for tax and budget purposes, too. Here in the West, your Chevron National Credit Card brings you better products, finer service, with added ease and convenience at every standard station or independent Chevron gas station where they say and mean we take better care of your car. The Iron Hat, a transcribed adventure of George Valentine.
You have Mr. Valentine, I suspicion.
Well, how did you get in?
Now, that is a phenomenal question. I walked.
So I see. What I mean is Miss Brooks usually announces my call.
Yeah, I know. But don't be hard on the girl. I told her I wanted to castigate with you about running for mayor.
Yeah, very interesting. Except I'm not interested. So, unless you've got a better offer...
I am.
Okay, let's get to it.
I am stipulated to offer you your regular fee for a few days to forget about that letter for Cornelius.
What?
Let us not be circumlocutary. You heard me. Forget you ever got the letter and you get reinstated just the same as he was going to do.
Now, look, I think this is real nice of you, but I don't quite catch on. Maybe that's because I'm not bright. Just who is Cornelius?
Oh, a wise guy, huh? Are you trying to integrate you might make more money with him, huh?
Well, the fact is, Buster, I just don't integrate at all.
Yeah, I guess you don't.
Hey, now, wait a minute. What's the idea of the gun?
Just so you will recollect you ain't playing marbles with no kids, Valentine. Now, you're gonna forget all about Cornelius?
Oh, why should I? He's a very nice guy, one of my bosom friends.
No, wait. Are you asking to be plugged? Give me that letter he wrote you.
Yeah, I see what you mean. If Cornelius's autograph means so much to you, I'll be happy to turn it over. Now, let's see. I had that letter right here somewhere. Oh, yeah. Here it is.
Hey, what the...
All right, get out of here.
I said, give me that.
And I don't think you need that gun either. You might hurt somebody.
Oh, yeah? You gonna wait for me?
Yeah, I think you would, too. Sorry, Buster. I'll keep that gun for you until you grow up. Now scram.
George, what happened?
It's all right, Brooksy. This character integrated that I had some correspondence he was interested in, that's all.
You what?
Never mind. Show the gentleman out, will you? I think our business is finished.
Why, I'll get you for this. Just wait till the boss hears what you did.
Yeah, but I won't hold my breath. Tell your boss I'm not interested in running for mayor, huh?
You wish you hadn't persecuted us, Valentine. You going just a little too far.
Well, what was that? Why are you holding that gun?
Huh? Oh, this. Just a little souvenir I picked. Silly, the people they let go around carrying guns. Well, any business this morning, Angel?
No, nothing interesting. Some bills and circulars and a silly letter.
Skip the bills and circulars. What's the letter say?
Oh, it's nothing you'd be interested in, George.
Oh, Angel, my curiosity.
Well, all right. Here it is. Dear Mr. Valentine, yesterday I was practically ready to blow the lid off this city. Today I can't do it unless you feel strongly enough about integrity in government to get back some evidence that was stolen from me. If you're interested in such a job at your regular fee, please come to my office as soon as possible.
Some screwball. Forget it.
Letterhead, the Iron Hat Restaurant, signed Robert Cornelius.
Cornelius, huh?
That's right. Do you know him?
Not yet. Funny thing, that name was integrated in the conversation when my last caller was here. Now, see you later, Brooksy. I'm going to meet the owner of the Iron Hat. Okay, Mr. Cornelius, let's start from scratch. I know you own one of the most famous restaurants in town, and I know you're sort of a crusader for clean government, so let's take it from there.
Well, rather, let's get right to the point, huh? Valentine, up until yesterday, I had in my safe documented proof of more graft and corruption than you'd believe possible.
Up until yesterday?
That's right. Night before last, somebody broke into this office, opened the safe, and got away with some very important papers.
Uh-huh. Did you report it?
No, and for a very good reason. There are some big names involved. If they put the wrong men on the case, I'd get nowhere.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Tell me, Mr. Cornelius, who has access to that safe besides yourself?
Only two people. G.J., that's G.J. Osborne, my partner, and my secretary.
Mr. Cornelius, the man from the meat company, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know there was someone in your office.
Oh, that's all right. I was just talking about you, my dear.
About me?
Yes. Valentine, this is Alice Medill, my secretary. Mr. Valentine is here about the theft, Alice.
Oh, yes. Well, do you think you'll be able to do anything about it, Mr. Valentine?
I don't know. Got any ideas yourself, Miss Medill?
No. I guess whatever was taken was quite important to Mr. Cornelius. It was in a large manila envelope.
Yes, that's right. But you see, Valentine, they didn't get quite as much as they might have.
No? Why not?
Well, that envelope held only part of my evidence. The rest...
Yes, I understand. Thank you, Miss Medill. I'll want to have a little talk with you later.
Yes. All right, Mr. Valentine. I'll tell the man from the meat company to wait, Mr. Cornelius.
Yes, please do, Alice. Well, you somehow acted as though you suspected Alice Valentine. I don't think you need to.
Oh, sorry. I just suspect everybody, that's all.
Yes, of course, I understand.
Matter of fact, I've already got a lead to go on.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, something you wouldn't know about. Tell me, Mr. Cornelius, what were some names mentioned in those documents that were stolen?
Well, a few police officers, some public officials who've been playing the game for their own profit, a gangster named Harger.
Wait a minute. Say that last one again.
Oh, you wouldn't know the man. He isn't the type whose name appears in the papers. But he runs more rackets in this city than you'd believe possible. The name was Harger.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
So wait, you know him?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes, I've run into him a couple of times. Did he know you had this evidence?
He must have suspected it, yes. Why?
Because now I think I see where to start on your case, Mr. Cornelius. A very unpleasant character who looked like one of Harger's hoodlums called on me this morning.
But, how did he know?
That you'd written to me? Well, that's what I'd like to find out. And it seems to me there's no better time to do it than right now.
Just a minute. What right have you...
Yeah, hello, Harger. Mind if I come in?
Well, what can I say? It seems you already have.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me see. You would be, Valentine. George Valentine, I believe.
Good memory.
Yes, thank you. Well, what can I do for you?
Well, now, maybe it's the other way around. One of your hoods dropped in to suggest that I stay away from the Bob Cornelius case.
What? Oh, you must be mistaken, Valentine. I don't even know what you mean.
Well, then perhaps I better make it plainer. How would you like to have your boy picked up for assault with a deadly weapon?
What?
And how would you like to be mixed up in a case of breaking and entering burglary?
Now, just a minute, young man. If you're trying some kind of blackmail...
Who did you hire to take some papers out of Cornelius' safe, Harger? And where are they now?
Oh, really, Valentine, this is getting to be amusing. You seem to have forgotten I'm an honest businessman. I run the bowling alley out there, the cocktail bar.
All right, skip that. I just thought you'd like to save yourself a little trouble, that's all. You see, I happen to have a little souvenir right here.
Oh, a gun. Well, you'd better not start anything.
Oh, don't worry, it's not loaded. I took out all the bullets. But I thought your lackey might like to have it back.
Yes, I see what you mean. Silly of him to leave it, wasn't it? Cedric!
Sure you don't want to trade it for some papers?
I don't make trades, Valentine.
Did you ascertain me, boy?
Yes, Cedric. You know this gentleman, I believe?
Hey, it's a Valentine.
Exactly. He was kind enough to bring back the gun you so carelessly left in his office.
Oh, wait a minute. If you think I'm...
In case he feels like changing his mind, Cedric, I have him covered.
Yeah, okay, boss. Come on, big boy. Pass it over.
Yeah. My, how brave you are when your boss is holding a gun.
I said give me the gun.
Certainly, sure. Here.
Now, that is the idea, Valentine. And I believe our little interview is now over, yes?
For now, yes.
Oh, what possible reason would we have for continuing it? You've gained nothing.
Oh, but I have, Harger. I wasn't at all sure when I came in here that you engineered the theft of those papers.
And now you think you are sure? Oh, I'm afraid you'll have a hard time proving that, Valentine.
I like it that way. Oh, and one more thing, Harger.
Yes?
You might be interested to know that you got only part of the papers.
Wait a minute. What is he in?
Be quiet, Cedric. Go on, Valentine.
All right, if you're going to look for them, they won't be in Cornelius' safe. Any deals from now on, you take up with me. Got enough to eat, Brooksy?
Yes, George. It isn't like you to stop for lunch when you're on a job.
Well, I had to kill a few minutes. Mr. Cornelius wasn't in his office back there. The secretary said he'd be back in half an hour.
Oh. But even if you're so sure Harger had somebody steal those papers, what good's it going to do to see Cornelius again?
I didn't want to tell his secretary, just in case she was mixed up in this thing some way. But I'm going to have him give the rest to me.
You are? Well, won't they try to get them from you?
Well, I hope so. Then we'll have something definite to work on. Okay, let's get back to Cornelius' office.
I'm worried, George.
Yeah, why, Angel?
Well, if they're so desperate to get those papers, something might happen to you.
I'll be ready for him, don't worry. Here we are. That's funny. No answer.
Maybe the secretary's gone out and he isn't back yet.
Yeah. I may as well wait inside. Go ahead, Angel, after you.
My, this is a nice... Oh!
Brooksy, what's the matter?
Over there by the safe, George, that girl.
Alice Medill.
Who?
The secretary. Wait there a minute.
Yes. Is George... Is she dead?
No, but I don't know why not. Somebody really let her have it with that lead pipe.
What'll we do?
Shut the door, then call Lieutenant Johnson on the phone. This isn't a case for him yet, but it's liable to be if we don't get her to a hospital.
In just a moment, we'll return to tonight's adventure of George Valentine. Did you ever stop to consider that the cost of operating your car depends a great deal on the motor oil you use? It's true, and it's one of the main reasons why most motorists here in the West prefer heavy-duty RPM motor oil that doubles engine life the time between major overhauls due to lubrication. Yes, we claim heavy-duty RPM, compared to premium-type oils as designated by the American Petroleum Institute, doubles engine life. Actual performance tests prove it. For instance, taxicabs operated by Tanner Motor Tours of Las Vegas, Nevada, used to average only 35,000 miles between overhauls. Today, with heavy-duty RPM, these same cabs travel 100,000 miles before overhauling. Developed through atomic research, RPM was tested in the laboratories, proved in actual road tests. Even in the tough daily grind of taxicab operation, heavy-duty RPM stood the test, more than doubled engine life. So remember these facts when you buy oil. For top protection and top economy of operation, switch over now to heavy-duty RPM motor oil at independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations, where they say and mean we take better care of your car. Now back to tonight's adventure of George Valentine. You suddenly find yourself on a case that you've been warned to forget even before it's been offered to you. You've definitely found out that a big-time gangster named Harger was behind the theft of valuable documents from a safe in the Iron Hat restaurant. But you haven't expected to find a girl slugged senseless and the rest of the papers missing. Your name is George Valentine. You wait impatiently in Robert Cornelius' office for Lieutenant Johnson to finish a phone call.
She hasn't, huh? Okay. See that a policewoman is in her room at all times. If she ever regains consciousness, get a statement. Post 2 officers outside the room. Yeah. Call me when anything happens. Okay.
She's still alive, isn't she, Lieutenant Johnson?
Yes, if you can call it that. Bad concussion. They're working on her.
What's the matter with your identification, boys? They dusted that lead pipe in the safe an hour ago.
What do you think they do, Valentine? Work miracles? Takes time.
Yeah, I suppose so.
By the way, how'd you get mixed up in this thing?
Cornelius sent for me after the first bunch of stuff was stolen. I was going to take the rest until we cleared it up.
Except somebody beat you to it. Where's Cornelius now?
Well, he seems to have disappeared.
Yeah. Got any idea who might have pulled this job?
Sure I have, Johnson. Ever heard of a gunsel named Cedric? Uses big words in the wrong places.
Cedric Allen? The professor?
Then you do know him.
Sure, a small-time hood. We've had him in for questioning time after time.
George, you mean the same one who came in the office this morning?
The same, Brooksy. You see, Johnson, this...
Wait a minute, I'll get it. Hello, Johnson speaking. Yeah, what'd you get? You what? Yes, I heard you, but that can't be... Oh, never mind. Okay, I'll call you back.
What was it, Lieutenant?
Notification Bureau.
Fingerprints check with the Cedric character?
No, I can't understand it.
No make at all?
Sure. We got to make all right. The prints on the safe and that length of pipe are Harger's.
Are you positive?
The boys are. Nice, clean prints. A perfect thumb and forefinger. No question. Well, I'll have the big shot picked up.
No, wait a minute. Maybe this isn't smart, Johnson. Yet.
No? Why not?
Well, there's something very fishy about this. You know as well as I do that Harger doesn't go in for this sort of thing.
Well, what about the prints?
It just might be that somebody's framing Harger, you know. Somebody who works for him, maybe.
Valentine, sometimes I think you read too many detective stories. The pipe, maybe. But how about the safe?
Okay. Go ahead. Have Harger picked up if you want to. I got another tack to work on.
George, where are you going?
My friend Cedric paid a call on me this morning. I'm going to get his address from the Ident Bureau and return it.
This is the address you got from the files, George.
Yeah, okay. You stay behind the wheel, Brooksy, and keep the motor running. I'll be out in a minute.
Oh, that's a horrible-looking place. George, please be careful.
Yeah, sure, I'll be careful. This won't take long.
Yeah? Who's that?
Got a message for Cedric.
Yeah? Well, Cedric ain't here. He just left. Won't be back for a while.
Well, that's all right. I'll come in and wait.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you think you're trying to do? Push your way in here like that?
No offense, I'm sure. Who are you?
I'm Cedric's wife. You want to make something out of it? Hey, I never seen you before.
That's my loss. Shut the door.
Hey, look, I ain't you... What are you doing with a gun?
Just encouraging you to shut the door.
Yeah, okay, but Cedric won't like this.
It'll be our secret. He'll never know. How long has your husband been gone, Mrs. Allen, isn't it?
That's none of your business. Hey, look, are you a cop?
Of course not. Cedric and I have some business dealings. Well, nice place you have here. Mind if I look around?
Sure, I mind. No, but with that gun pointing at me.
Thanks.
Hey, you better keep out of that drawer so Cedric
wouldn't like it, I know. No sale. You could help me, though, if you'd tell me just...
He ain't going to hallucinate nothing to you, Valentine.
Oh, Cedric. I didn't hear you come in.
He busted his way in the door, Cedric. I tried to get him to...
Shut up, Maggie. Drop the gun, Shamus.
Well, now, I don't know why I should.
That is just the influence. Yeah, I got bullets in this rod, I can see. Now drop the gun and I'll plug you.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
That's showing him instinct. Now get out.
All right. But first tell me, Cedric, why did you have to hit that poor girl so hard? She might not live, you know.
I don't conceive what you're talking about.
Get him out of here, Cedric. He makes me nervous.
Maggie, I told you to keep quiet.
Just one more thing, Cedric. Don't you think it's dangerous to double-cross a big shot like Harger?
I ain't double-crossed nobody, see? Now, like I said, get out.
Thanks, I will. See you in jail, old boy.
George, are you all right? He went in there.
Yeah, I'm all right, Angel. Except mine is a perfectly good gun.
I heard a shot.
Yeah, I know. Just Cedric showing off. Come on, let's go.
Well, all right, darling, but where?
Headquarters. I gotta have a few words with Lieutenant Johnson. Go ahead in, Brooks.
All right, George.
Hi, Johnson.
Valentine, what are you doing here?
Well, I thought I might help you a little. Well, what's got you in this mood?
Harger.
What's he done now, Lieutenant?
Plenty. Got him picked up on the basis of those fingerprints.
Yeah?
I'd no sooner got him booked than his mouthpiece came in. Harger's got a perfect alibi. Slapped a $500,000 suit on the city for false arrest, defamation of character.
Yeah, I was afraid he might do that. I warned you, didn't I?
Yeah, but what can I do? Harger's fingerprints on the murder weapon.
You mean the Medill girl's dead?
No. Matter of fact, she's better. Still unconscious.
Well, maybe we won't need her statement. If you'll stop being so know-it-all and do what I tell you to do.
Yeah, sure. Hit a man when he's down.
Just trying to help you, that's all. Now, first, don't let Harger go. Keep him locked up.
With that liable suit?
We can wash that out, too. Then have the desk sergeant call Cedric Allen. Tell him Harger's in jail and wants to see him. If he hasn't got a phone, have him bring him in.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
Then let me talk to your lab man who did the make on those fingerprints.
George, it doesn't make any sense to me either.
I know. It sounds pretty mixed up, doesn't it? I'm just playing a hunch.
A hunch? We're in trouble enough already, and you're playing a hunch.
Don't worry, Johnson. After something I saw in Cedric's house this morning, this is a hunch that'll pay off.
Cedric, that you? What did Harger want? Didn't take you very long to... Oh, it's you again.
Yeah, I came back with something I forgot.
Your gun? Is that what you mean?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Wasn't what I had in mind, but I'll take that, too. Where is it?
I don't know.
Oh, yes, you do. I hate to treat a lady like this.
Let go of my wrist, you... Oh, that hurts.
Oh, where's that gun?
I'm not telling you. All right. That table drawer.
Fine, thanks. Quite a place, that table drawer. I can get everything I need right there.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm just taking along something I saw on my last visit. These gloves.
Yeah, but you can't take those gloves. You can't.
Oh, but I can, Maggie. Stand back. Like Cedric would say, I don't want to have to plug you.
What are you going to do with them?
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought.
I said, what are you going to do?
With these? Oh, just keep them for souvenirs. Mind if I use your phone? Thanks. I appreciate your hospitality, Maggie. I'm sure Cedric will, too. And Mr. Harger.
Hello?
Hello, Johnson?
Yeah, who? Oh, Valentine.
That's right. Cedric get there yet?
Just came in. Look, Valentine, you're going to get us in a worse pickle with this...
Don't worry, Johnson. Everything's all right.
Yeah? I wish I thought so. When Cedric finds out that Harger didn't send for him at all...
I know. That's what I called about. Don't let Cedric leave there. Put him under technical arrest until I get back.
Valentine.
Hang on to Harger, too. You'll have enough on both of them to send them up. Hang on to Brooksy, too, in a nice way, that is. And when we've washed this up, I'm going to take her to dinner.
All right, Valentine, you wanted the floor, you've got it. And if you're wrong...
Oh, I'm not. I wasn't quite sure before, but now I know. Cedric.
Yeah, what?
Over in the receiving hospital, there's a girl on the point of death because you slugged her too hard.
What do you mean? You got nothing on me. Maybe Harger, but not on me.
I thought you'd try and rat out like that, save your own skin. That scheme Harger cooked up backfired.
Valentine, what's all this?
You find Harger's fingerprints on the safe and the lead pipe, Johnson. But he wasn't there when the safe was opened or when Miss Medill was slugged. Was he, Cedric?
Sure he was. He had to be if his prints was...
Harger had a great scheme to get some papers he wanted and to sue for libel at the same time. He knew his prints would be in that office, and he knew he'd have a perfect alibi.
George, can't you explain it to us?
I guess these will explain best, Brooksy.
Why, it's just a pair of rubber gloves.
Plastic gloves, to be exact. With exact reproductions of Harger's fingerprints on the thumbs and forefingers.
You checked this with ident?
Just came from there, Johnson.
All right. Looks like you're going to be with us for quite a while, Cedric. Why'd you do it?
She wouldn't open the safe. I don't know.
Okay, that's enough. Lock him up, Sergeant. And Thanks for the assist, Valentine.
None at all, Johnson. Glad to be of help.
But, George, how did you ever know a pair of plain plastic gloves would be important?
Got friendly with the fingerprint bureau, Angel? Tell you about it over a bowl of soup.
Before you buy another gallon of gasoline, consider these facts. Any gasoline can be made to stress one feature at the expense of others. But Chevron Supreme gasoline gives you the correct balance of all 8 high-performance qualities. And every one of these qualities is necessary for top performance. Quick starting, smooth acceleration, anti-knock, vapor lock prevention, fast warm-up, full power, area blending, and economy mileage. So ship to the gas with all 8. Ask for Chevron Supreme gasoline at standard stations or independent Chevron gas stations where they say and mean we take better care of your car.
George?
Good soup. What'd you say, Brooksy?
You never told me how you figured out that fingerprint thing.
Simple reasoning, Angel. I got to thinking after I saw that pair of plastic gloves at Cedric's place. So I went to the boys who made the ident.
And?
That was a pretty heavy length of lead pipe. But the only prints on it were from the thumb and the forefinger.
Oh, what did that prove?
Well, just that nobody could swing the pipe hard enough to knock somebody out with just a thumb and finger.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You see, with just those prints, Cedric would never be caught. But Harger would. But he'd prove an alibi, sue the city, and still have the papers he wanted.
Oh, now I see. But Mr. Cornelius still hasn't gotten his papers back.
Oh, he'll have them back in an hour. Cedric spilled everything. They're hidden in his house. And he'll probably get life.
Mm-hmm. You know, darling, as clever as you are, it's too bad some nice girl can't be with you all the time. Get the benefit of it?
Oh, yeah. Sure is. But that's life, isn't it?
No, George.
Tonight's transcribed adventure of George Valentine has been brought to you by Standard Oil Company of California on behalf of independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations throughout the West. Robert Bailey is starred as George with Virginia Gregg as Brooksy. Let George Do It was written by Lloyd London and directed by Kenneth Webb. Ken Christie was heard as Lieutenant Johnson, Bill Boucher as Cornelius, Gigi Pearson as Alice, Larry Dobkin as Harger, and Ted DeCorsia as Cedric. The music was composed and presented by Eddie Dunstetter. Your announcer, John Heaston. Listen again next week, same time, same station, to Let George Do It. Let George Do It is heard overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. This is the Mutual Don Lee Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, I don't know. I always think that they can sometimes stretch a point with some of these descriptions of what they are saying can be done with fingerprints. But it works the solution out, and another great performance by Larry Dobkin in a guest starring role. Well, that'll actually do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with Sherlock Holmes, and then join us next Wednesday for another episode of Let George Do It. And remember, coming this Saturday is the lineup. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thanks so much for all your support. Now it's time for us to take a listen to today's episode of Sherlock Holmes, The Elusive Agent, Part 2.
From New York City, the makers of Clipper Craft clothes for men and more than 1,200 leading retail stores from coast to coast presents Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's immortal character, the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes, starring John Stanley. This week, The Adventure of the Elusive Agent, Part 2.
There it is, Holmes. 27 Ludwigstrasse. Ugly building.
Yes, and there's the front door, Watson. Shall we mount the stairs and ring?
Suicidal, I'd say. But if it's our only chance of finding that enemy agent and the plans that he's stolen...
It is our only chance, and the security of the Empire depends on it. So come along. We enter this awful building alive and well, although undoubtedly we will not leave this way.
Come in, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson. We've quite a reception prepared for you.
Who is that handsome-looking man? Who is that handsome-looking man?
That's you, Mr. Listener, you, in a new spring Clippercraft suit with a beautiful Clippercraft gabardine topcoat over your arm.
So athletic-looking. Broad shoulders, tapering waist.
That's Clippercraft designing. Clippercraft design does make you look your best every time.
So prosperous-looking. Such a rich-looking suit. Such beautiful tailoring.
Shh. Your new Clippercraft spring suit in 100% all-wool worsted costs only $45. That's right, only $45. And your new spring Clippercraft topcoat in genuine gabardine or all-wool covert is only $40 to $47.50.
What an impressive executive type.
Maybe an executive and certainly a man of excellent judgment who understands that when more than 1,200 independent merchants pool their tremendous buying power, as those Clippercraft merchants have done, they can offer you really fabulous values, as they do in Clippercraft clothes.
What a well-dressed man. What a handsome-looking man. What a successful-looking man. He's for me.
That's you. You in a new spring Clippercraft suit. Better choose yours tomorrow. Dr. Watson, last week in relating the adventure of the elusive agent, you left off as you and Mr. Holmes were pursuing an espionage agent named Emil Marco.
Yes, Mr. Harris. Shall I recall how we were led to his trail?
Yes.
It was 1913. An atmosphere of foreboding gripped the continent. War with Germany was imminent. British plans of priceless value had been stolen by the Germans by a young woman named Pamela Norton, a German agent. This Norton girl turned over half of the plans that she'd stolen to a chap named Gustav, who represented the leader of a huge espionage ring. Following the disappearance of the plans, Sir Mycroft Holmes asked his brother Sherlock to step in. In short order, Holmes and I were close to capturing the girl. But you may remember, Mr. Harris, we arrived too late. She'd been killed by the master spy because she refused to turn the other half of the plans over to him without receiving a gigantic sum. The master spy then vanished without having had time to seize the missing half from the girl's dead body. Detecting the odor of a rare tobacco about the room where the girl's corpse was found, Holmes and I, we dashed to a shop in Soho, the shop of the chap named Grimsby. We'd half the plans. The Germans had the other half. Both sides were in a deadlock, for the plans were useless unless they were complete. Grimsby, the tobacconist, described his client who used that tobacco, a Mr. Emil Marco, he said. Tall, thin, with a weird habit of twitching his mouth. We learned that this Emil Marco, the master spy, was in Paris at the Hotel Metropole. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Harris, Holmes and I were aboard the boat train for Dover on our way to Paris. We sat together, very silent and tense, realizing that every moment was vital. Holmes, the compartment door is opening.
Yes, we have a visitor, Watson.
Look, there's a hand with a gun.
Extinguish the lights in your compartment, Holmes.
We'll do nothing of the sort.
I will not enter until you have extinguished the lights.
Do as he says, Watson. He couldn't possibly miss you from there.
Well, very well. Well, complete darkness.
Sorry it is necessary for us to meet under these strange circumstances, Holmes, but it may in the future be necessary that you do not recognize me. Therefore, my request for darkness.
By George!
Oh, I can see your silhouettes. If either of you attempts to move or calls for help, I will blow out your brains.
What is the purpose of this visit, sir?
You are journeying to Paris to find Mr. Emil Marco.
What of it?
I can save a great deal of time and trouble for you.
Can you?
Yes. I represent Mr. Marco. As you know, he already has half of a set of plans in his possession, but his portion is worthless because you have the other half, Holmes.
Indeed, and I do not intend to surrender it.
Mr. Marco is fully prepared to make an intriguing offer.
What is it?
Give me your half of the plans. We will pay you £20,000.
Rubbish.
Say 30,000?
The plans are not for sale.
50,000.
If you finish stating the nature of your offer, sir, you may leave.
I've never found myself in a situation where enough money would not provide a happy solution. You have a price, Holmes, I'm sure.
I most certainly have not. There may well be persons of differing political views who would betray the British Empire. I'm not one of them.
Come, Holmes, very touching. Now, would you name your price?
There isn't any.
Holmes, you are forcing us to take the plans from you.
If you can find my half.
And you are forcing us to kill you.
If that can be arranged.
Might I point out that in our organization we never kill our opponents in an ordinary manner, that we prefer to torture them to death? I'd accept the money if I were you.
My answer is a definite and final no. You might inform Emil Marco that I intend to secure his half of the plans and return them to Whitehall.
Very ambitious, but you underestimate the power of Marco's organization, which will now be devoted to securing your half of the plans and to conceiving new and exciting torture devices for you and Dr. Watson. Good night, gentlemen. I planned this as a short and pleasant visit. I trust that it was.
Well, let's after the rascal, Holmes.
That's futile, Watson. He's armed, we're not. Even in these few seconds, doubtless he disappeared into another compartment. Besides, we've no idea what he looks like. We must wait, Watson, for Paris and the Hotel Metropole.
Maman, I will open the door. Ah, bonsoir.
Bonsoir, mademoiselle. I am Sherlock Holmes. My colleague, Dr. Watson.
Oh, how do you do?
Enchanté.
The clerk downstairs told us this was Emil Marco's suite.
It is.
May we come in?
Yes, of course. I am Mademoiselle Mathilde Piaget. Emile is not here. Make yourselves comfortable, gentlemen.
Thank you.
May I help you?
When will Mr. Marco return, mademoiselle?
Emile said he would return tonight at 9.
You are a friend of his, I presume?
I met Emile at the bar of this hotel just a short time ago. But we are already very close friends.
You know much about him?
I never ask questions. What my gentlemen acquaintances do is their business.
I see. This Marco, is he tall, thin?
Yes, with green eyes. Fascinating. Exciting.
Does he have a curious habit of twitching his mouth?
He does.
Well, he's our man, Holmes.
What do you want with him?
I thought you were more interested in details about your gentlemen acquaintances.
Very well. Ça m'est égal. I do not care. Emile has an exquisite suite here. He has invited me to enjoy it until his return. Would you care to wait? Have a drink? Perhaps we may become friends, too.
Thank you, no. We've more urgent matters at hand. Come, Watson, to our room. Mademoiselle, we shall return at 9 sharp to meet Emil Marco.
These are lovely rooms they've given us here at the hotel, eh, Holmes?
Yes, Watson. But obviously an intruder has chosen to upset the decor.
Yes, by Jove, someone has been here to our rooms. Made a ghastly mess of them. Look, they've opened every drawer in the chest. And our luggage.
Yes, forced open and the contents strewn on the floor. I should say the alluring demoiselle was also a member of this fantastic ring of spies that's closing in on us.
Mathilde? Do you really think so?
Quite. Clearly, the objective was to lure us to Marco's suite, occupy us temporarily, while others went through our luggage here in our room.
But the plans, Holmes, they were here in your valise. They may have stolen your half of the plans.
Precisely why I'm rummaging through the luggage.
Well, are they gone?
Yes, Watson. The plans are gone.
Well, then you bungled it, Holmes. For the first time in your entire career, Holmes, you bungled it. And for such high stakes.
Have I?
Did you hear a strange sound, huh?
Yes, I do. Coming from that closet to your left. Open it, Watson. Careful.
Yes, right.
See anything in there?
One of my traveling bags, that's all.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Bring the bag here to me quickly.
All right. There you are. Yes, the ticking's coming from inside the bag.
Open it, man, instantly. It may be a time bomb placed there by Marco's ring.
Time bomb?
Yes.
Just 1 second. I just open this catch.
Hurry. The clothing. Take it out, Watson. We must see.
Yes. See the shorts and shoes. Yes, I see it, Holmes. A small black object.
Quick, give it to me. Watson, open the window.
Go through it, man. Hurry, go on, Holmes. We'll be killed. It went off in the yard. We were a split second away from being blown to bits.
It's quite. The stairway, Watson. Follow me.
Where to?
Downstairs. I shall speak to the clerk at the main desk. I don't believe a word that French girl said. I do not believe Marco's gone until 9. I do believe that if we challenge this spy ring that has us trapped here in the hotel, it'll be death immediately, either for them or for us. And that is just the way I want it.
Mr. Harris, tell me again about that handsome-looking man. He's for me.
The best-dressed man in any crowd is the man who wears Clippercraft clothes. For spring, new all-wool worsted Clippercraft suits, only $45. Clippercraft topcoats in all-wool gabardine or covert, only $40 to $47.50. Handsomely styled, tailored to the finest standards of traditional New England craftsmanship, Clippercraft clothes take their name from the famous New England Clipper ships and the speedy airliners of the same name. Sold by more than 1,200 independent local merchants from coast to coast, the leading hometown merchants everywhere. That's why the ladies say, when they see you in your new Clippercraft spring suit,
Who's that handsome, successful-looking man? He's for me.
and that's why men who know insist on Clippercraft clothes bearing the Clippercraft label. So be sure to visit the Clippercraft store in your city.
These leading stores in the metropolitan area are proud to add their names to Clippercraft in your suits and topcoats. In Manhattan, Saks 34th, Broadway at 34th, John Wanamaker's men's stores, Broadway at 8th and 67 Liberty Street. In Brooklyn, Abraham and Strauss. In Newark, New Jersey, Boulevard Men's Shop, Kresge, Newark. And in Jamaica, the B&B Clothes Shop, 16408 Jamaica Avenue.
Dr. Watson, I can't recall you and Mr. Holmes being in a more baffling and dangerous situation than at the Hotel Metropole in Paris, a few steps behind Emile Marco, the elusive enemy agent.
It was extremely dangerous, Mr. Harris. Marco's German spy ring, which seemed to be everywhere we turned, had found Holmes's half of the infinitely valuable British war plans and had vanished with it. Holmes and I hurried to the front desk of the hotel to question the clerk.
I understand, Clark, that Mr. Emile Marco will return here at 9 this evening.
Monsieur Marco?
Yes.
Did you go to his suite earlier this evening, Monsieur Holmes?
Yes, I did. There was a young lady there.
I am sorry that you went directly to Monsieur Marco's suite. If you had stopped to inquire here, I might have saved time for you. You see, Monsieur Marco left this afternoon. Permanently.
Well,
And the young lady in his suite, Mathilde Piaget?
The mademoiselle left just a few moments ago.
Do you know where she's gone?
I believe she said something about the train to Berlin. She was in great hurry.
To meet Emile Marco, no doubt, eh, Holmes?
What time does the train depart for Berlin?
It departs in approximately 4 minutes.
Well, that's not enough time for us to reach the station.
Perhaps not, Watson, but there's nothing to prevent our boarding the train after it and rushing to Berlin.
The train after it departs in 2 hours, Monsieur Holmes.
We shall be aboard that train, Watson. Thank you, Clark.
About the service.
Berlin, Holmes, are you mad? The very center of the German government? Well, if we've almost been murdered outside of Germany, what on earth might happen to us were we found in Berlin?
Our personal safety does not matter in this case, Watson. We are on a counter-espionage assignment for the British governor. By all the rules of international intelligence, you and I are expendable. My brother Mycroft made it clear that possession of these plans may mean triumph or defeat in a war with Germany. So, you and I, my dear Watson, are petty marionettes. Shall fetch our luggage and ride to Berlin.
Awfully crowded, this Berlin station, Holmes.
Yes, Watson, and I dare say this crowd is neatly spiced with Marco's men awaiting an opportunity to strike.
Very foolhardy, Holmes, to have entered the trap this way. How the dickens will you ever find that French girl? Or Marco?
Elementary, my dear Watson, elementary.
Yes, but in all of Berlin, with their secret agents at every turn, scheming about our death.
I insist. As always, I have a method.
Latest newspapers. Buy your newspapers
Our
here.
first problem, Watson, will be to leave this station alive.
Yes, quite. Anyone in this crowd may be an agent with a knife or a gun.
Quite. Keep your eyes open.
Newspaper, gentlemen?
No, thank you.
All the news, gentlemen. Just to finish. All the news.
We told you we don't want a newspaper. Now be off with you.
This way, Watson. There's the exit.
Crude news vendor practically shoved the newspaper down our throats. I say it's very dark outside the station here, Holmes. Is it advisable for us to step out this way?
We cannot remain here at the railway terminal. We must find our coquette and Marco. Right, there's the exit.
One moment, Holmes.
What is it?
That news vendor. He seems to be following us.
Just your imagination.
No, I don't think so. He was at the center of the station when we stepped off the train. He's been right behind us ever since.
All right. Walk through the exit. That's it. Watch him.
He's still behind us.
Duck into this doorway. It's as black as pitch. We'll lose him.
Yes, right.
Now, wait. See if he comes through the exit.
We'll be helpless, Holmes. I'm sure he has a gun.
Wait.
There he is. He's looking about.
I see you two gentlemen in the doorway. You will remain there, please. Do not move, do not speak. I have a gun. I am coming over to chat with you. Good evening, Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson.
If you intend to kill us, go on and shoot. Be over with it.
I should like to introduce myself. My name is Carlton, British Intelligence.
British Intelligence?
Aha, then you received my wire.
We did.
Wire? What wire?
The moment I knew the French girl had left for Berlin, Watson, while you were packing our luggage, I sent a wire here to British Intelligence in code. Mycroft had given me the information as to the technique, if required. My wire described Mathilde in detail. I told British Intelligence to pick her up here at the station and keep after her. Then to communicate with us at the moment we left the train.
We spotted her leaving the train. We followed her.
Excellent.
I'm sorry if I gave you a bit of a scare following you this way. I had no choice in the matter. I had to force you to stand here. You might have believed I was a German agent and fled.
Where is Mathilde?
She's gone to a building on the outskirts of Berlin. An old ramshackle building. Awful place. 27 Ludwigstrasse.
Thank you, Collins. You've done a superb job.
Are you going to 27 Ludwigstrasse now, Mr. Holmes?
This very minute.
Just you and Dr. Watson?
Just the two of us. A third party might alarm the Germans so much that they'd simply fire at us as we approach the building. It must be more beguiling. It must appear as though Watson and I are merely dupes falling into their hands.
Holmes, how can the two of us possibly hope to overcome whatever crew of blasted devils is at 27 Ludwigstrasse?
It does seem rash, Mr. Holmes.
Nevertheless, it must be done. Watson and I must enter that building if we're to find Marco and the plans. We must enter it alone, alive, and well. Although we may not leave that way.
There it is, Holmes. 27 Ludwigstrasse. It's an ugly building.
Front door, Watson. Shall we mount the stairs and ring?
Suicidal, I'd say. But if it's our only chance,
Come along, then.
Monsieur Holmes, Dr. Watson, I am so happy to see you again.
Mademoiselle, may we come in?
Certainly, I'm delighted. Won't you make yourselves comfortable?
Thank you. You've been expecting us, of course.
Of course. We were sorry that our time bomb did not kill you at the Hotel Metropole. We realized you would continue your efforts to find Emile Marco and the plans our men took from your luggage.
Where is Marco?
I am afraid you will not meet him, Dr. Watson.
And why won't we meet this Marco?
Oh, because we are going to kill you, Monsieur Holmes.
Oh?
Oh, I am being rude. I forgot. A cigarette? Drink?
If you think we're going to remain seated here, doing nothing, just accepting this...
I'm afraid there isn't anything you can do about it, Dr. Watson.
Ah, I recognize the voice. Our visitor in the train compartment.
Yes, Holmes. I may introduce myself now. My name is Gustav. Like Matilda, I'm an employee of Emile Marco, his personal representative. And I still have that same gun, you see. You played a rather deplorable trick on us, Mr. Holmes.
Have I, Gustave?
We wanted your half of the plans. You left them in your luggage. We examined them carefully.
Yes.
They're false. They're not really your half of the plans at all, are they? An excellent counterfeit, but with its weakness.
That's wonderful, Holmes. Then they haven't the real half they wanted, eh?
I hardly been stupid enough to have gallivanted about the continent carrying the real half. I resent that, Gustave. You've underestimated me.
I beg your pardon, Holmes. Now, as for the business at hand, I'd like you to meet a friend of ours. Peter.
Yeah, Gustav.
Peter, this is Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson.
I see. I will take care of them for you.
Peter was a wrestler. Unfortunately, he was drugged. His tactics were illegal. Too cruel. You may leave, Matilda.
Yes, Gustave. Good night, Monsieur Holmes. Doctor?
Peter has made quite a study of the human body, Holmes. He's a specialist in various methods of creating unbearable pain.
Yeah, I have my own way.
Holmes, we want to know exactly where the real half of the plans is. Your half.
I haven't the slightest intention of revealing that, Gustave.
Dr. Watson, could Holmes have told you where he has hidden those papers?
He did not. If he did, I would defy you to learn their whereabouts.
I was afraid this would be your answer. You're a reckless gentleman, Holmes. You force me to take all sorts of steps that I am most reluctant to take. I'm a mild-mannered soul. I believe the problems of man versus man can be settled on a cordial level. I dislike animal tactics. But, since you insist, Peter.
Yeah, Gustav. Ready. I will make them talk very quickly by taking hold of the arms.
You may recall, Holmes, in the train compartment, I said we never kill our opponents in an ordinary manner. We torture them to death. I want to know where the papers are, Holmes. But perhaps it will require just a bit of persuasion. Peter.
Yeah. So, I take this Holmes and...
That's it, Peter. That's it. Go on. Persuade them.
Dr. Watson, are you going to stop here at this crucial point?
Well, time will allow no more for this evening, Mr. Harris. However, next week I shall tell you the utterly astonishing end of our adventure of the Elusive Agent, the most surprising development in all of Holmes's adventures. The final chapter concerned a horrible illusion, a bloody battle in an abandoned castle, and a revelation about the missing plans that altered the entire course of the First World War.
The makers of Clippercraft clothes and more than 1,200 stores from coast to coast have brought you another in the new series of broadcasts featuring the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Our stories are based upon the character Sherlock Holmes, created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the program is produced and directed by Basil Loughrane. Sherlock Holmes is played by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by George Spelman. This week's story was written by Howard Merrill with special music by Albert Berman. If you don't know your Clippercraft dealer, write Clippercraft, 200 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Be sure to listen next week to Sherlock Holmes in the final chapter of The Adventure of the Elusive Agent. This is Cy Harris speaking for Clippercraft Clothes. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, this is definitely beginning to have a whole James Bond vibe going for it. You know, I almost expected the villains, at some point to say, "No, Mr. Holmes, I don't expect you to talk. I expect you to die." Though we kind of got the opposite here. I love the cheerful female henchman. She's just so chipper and upbeat and happy, she's talking about an evening of shuffleboard and dinner theater rather than about the coming demise of Holmes and Watson. But I like this cereal. I even like the ads on this one, in the sense of that whole, it's so bad, it's a good thing. Sometimes some of the ads have just been like, oh, that's just, over the line or silly. This one really gets into that category with the whole, that's for me line. And they definitely had a good cliffhanger, so this will be a lot of fun to see how this wraps up next Thursday. Now we turn to listener comments and feedback, and Bob comments regarding episode 824, that's the Blue Carbuncle, more entertaining than the video productions. Thanks. Well, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Bob. And that will actually do it for today. We will be back next Thursday with the conclusion of The Elusive Agent. And join us tomorrow for yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and on Saturday. Get ready for the lineup. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners, and I want to say a special thank you to Paul, who just sent along a donation. And as we do with all donations of $7 or more, we'll send access to our premium side. Now it's time for today's episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This one is called The Frustrated Phoenix Matter.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Bradley, Johnny. Read any good books lately?
Now, that's a brilliant conversational bit.
I'm referring specifically to the books of Martin Veneberg.
Veneberg. Is that the novelist who made such a big splash about, 20 years ago?
The same. The self-star genius of Chicago's literati, who wrote 2 smash sellers back in the 30s and hasn't been heard from since. Not until yesterday, that is.
And what happened yesterday?
Well, at the height of his heyday, he bought a $25,000 paid-up trust policy from him. We had a request from him yesterday asking for some change of beneficiary forms.
Oh, what's so unusual about that?
Nothing except that his wife's the present beneficiary. And the Chicago police have been looking for her ever since Vandenberg was murdered last night.
Wow. Might be a good idea to brush up on my reading at that.
Mind if I break in here to ask you a question? Here it is. How much do you know about your United States government? For example, do you know what the work of the Department of Agriculture entails? Somebody, someday, may recommend that the Department of Agriculture be called the Department of General Scientific Progress, because employees of this branch of our government have been responsible for the improvement of our shoe leather, our mattress stuffing, and the rubber tires which we put on our automobiles. But these improvements are somewhat of a sideline, since the main duty of the department is to assist the farmers of America. Now, back in the days when it was just getting organized and explaining to Congress why it needed more money, the Department of Agriculture acted only as a sort of clearinghouse for information which farmers picked up and passed on about better ways to grow corn, raise pigs, and so on. Then, the farmers began asking questions about getting rid of blight and parasites and other such farming problems, and the department had to come up with the right answers. That's when the department began to expand and take a direct part in improving farm operations. As an example of its success in farming improvements, there's the item of egg production. In the past 50 years, the production of eggs has been increased over 300% as a result of the expert advice on the feeding and raising of poultry developed by workers in the Department of Agriculture. Other important developments have been made by the department's chemists, such as the improvement of insect killers, fertilizers, and the discovery of new ways in which to use products which farmers have been growing since the beginning of time. For example, do you know it is now possible to make mucilage from sweet potatoes, paper from corn stalks, paintbrushes from milk, and wood as strong as steel? These are just a few of the advancements made by the Department of Agriculture. Future advancements will add much to our American way of life.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office
Washingtonian Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the frustrated Phoenix matter. Expense account item 1, $63.30. Airfare and incidentals between Hartford and Chicago. Expense account item 2, $1.20. Cab fare from the Sherman House to the editorial offices of the Daily Examiner. I figured a quick brush-up on Martin Veneberg's recent history might come in handy. But as it happened, I didn't get past the city editor's desk.
Sure, you can use the more dollar. Might have a better idea for you, though.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Have a talk with Richard Hanley.
Who is Hanley?
Freelance literary critic and columnist. We buy a lot of his stuff. He can tell you everything that's in the morgue and then some.
Sounds like he knew Veneberg pretty well.
Yeah, he was his disciple, friend, father confessor, and psychiatric social worker all for 20 years.
That sounds like a pretty good recommendation.
If you can find Vandenberg's wife, she could give you a better one.
Oh, how's that?
Hanley was her first husband.
Expense account item 3, $1.35. Cab fare to Richard Hanley's modern studio apartment on Elm Street. The severe functional appearance of the studio seemed to be reflected in Richard Hanley.
Which Martin Vandenberg did you want me to tell you about, Mr. Dollar, the man or the writer?
There's a difference?
As a writer, he'd been touched by the gift of genius. As a man, he was dissolute, depraved, contemptible.
Would you mind explaining that, Mr. Hanley?
In 1933 and 34, he published two of the greatest novels ever written. They burst upon the muck heap of the creative writing of the times like twin comets blazing a pathway to the stars. For the next 20 years, he drowned that brilliant light in a foul sea of alcohol dissipation and moral dissolution. In short, the Martin Vandenberg who was killed last night, Mr. Dollar, was a drunken bum.
I was told that you were a friend of Vandenberg's. Seems I was misinformed.
For 20 years, I've been trying to get that man to write again, write as I knew he could, as he'd done before. I nursed him through his alcoholic stupors, counseled him, pleaded with him, even financed him for a year or two.
And how did he react?
Well, the vows were many, the accomplishments nil. Whatever I gave him, he used to sate his appetite for dissipation.
Well, 20 years is a long time to spend in the face of all that. Not to mention the loss of your wife.
I hadn't contemplated giving him Helene, too, Mr. Dollar.
Mm-hmm. Where is she now?
I have no idea. I'd finally given up on Vandenberg some 5 weeks ago. I haven't seen either of them since.
Well, anything else you can tell me, Mr. Hanley? Any ideas as to who might have killed him or why?
No. He had no personal possessions. Possibly no longer even a talent for anyone to be jealous of. I can't conceive of any possible motives, Mr. Dollar.
Well, there's always that $25,000 insurance policy. I walked over to the Chicago Avenue police station and introduced myself to Lieutenant Vorschach, who was in charge of the investigation.
For what it's worth, here's what we got on it, Dollar. Vandenberg was killed in the one-room rat nest he called home by two .25 caliber bullets fired at close range. Ballistics has classified the gun for an automatic. Time of death was approximately 11 p.m. last night. Nobody heard the shots. Nobody saw anybody come in or out. Nobody knows any reason why Vandenberg should have been killed.
Who discovered the body, Lieutenant?
A man by the name of Dalton Towler. Seems to be an old friend of Vandenberg. Strictly a screwball bohemian type, you know?
What time did he come across it?
3 o'clock this morning.
Unusual hour for him to come calling, wasn't it?
Well, not according to Towler. It seems he was working on some earth-shattering poems at home. He finished them and tore right over to show them to Vandenberg. According to him, the womb of night is the birthplace of genius, and time is an artificial dungeon created by benighted Philistines in which to imprison men's souls. Unquote.
That's very descriptive, but not very illuminating.
No, the same could be said about everything else about this case so far. Until we came across that insurance policy, we had a blank right down the line.
You figure that's the motive for Vandenberg's murder?
That's the only one that even looks close.
What about the wife, Helene?
Yeah, that's got us beat, too. As far as we can find out, she disappeared 5 days ago. Nobody in the neighborhood's seen or heard of her since. We got an APB out on her, though. We'll pick her up sooner or later.
Anything in Vandenberg's recent actions to give us a lead?
Well, one unusual thing popped up. Don't know if it means anything, though.
Yeah, what's that?
We found a nearly new portable typewriter up in his room. Clean, oiled, ready to go. The neighbors tell us that for the past week, Martin Vandenberg has been writing again. Only we couldn't find a scrap of manuscript.
Well, there wasn't much more Vorschach could tell me. Veneberg's history during the past 10 years was summed up on the police blotter. Arrest for drunkenness, vagrancy, disorderly conduct. And the coroner's jury would write the epitaph. Homicide at the hands of person or persons unknown. I found Dalton Towler where his landlady said he would be, in Newberry Park. One square block of tired grass and scraggly bushes in the midst of a dreary section of Chicago's near north side. Towler was addressing a couple of dispirited-looking squirrels.
Come, you beady-eyed scavengers seeking the humorous fruit of the goober. There are no gleanings here save those unpalatable ones, scraped from the moldering refuse of the ash heaps called the mines of men.
Do you think the squirrels understand that?
Oh, far better, perhaps, than the two-legged protoplasmic dullards who stalk the earth under the guise of Homo sapiens.
Well, I have to take your word for that, Mr. Towler.
A unilateral knowledge of identity, which indicates you have the advantage of me, sir.
Well, my name is Dollar. I'm an insurance investigator.
In other words, a brazen delver into the secrets of man?
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Martin Veneberg.
Yes. A final degradation of genius. To be dissected, piecemeal, upon the cold, impersonal autopsy slab of a park bench.
All I want to do is find out who killed him and why.
An impossible task, sir. You ignore the simple fact that Martin Veneberg is not dead.
That's not what the police records say.
An abysmal conclusion, reached by pygmy-minded illiterates. A soul such as that of Martin Veneberg can never die. It will rise again from the ashes of its mortal remains like that fabled bird, the phoenix, and soar on glorious wings of deathless prose forevermore.
Well, let's get back to the police blotter and sordid realism, shall we?
Very well, sir. What do you wish from me?
Any information you can give me about who might have wanted to kill Martin Veneberg.
Their names are legion, sir.
How's that, Mr. Towler?
Any of the incompetent, the jealousy-ridden, the hacks who spew out their clumsy, ill-informed words could have killed Veneberg cheerfully, out of sheer, frustrated envy.
Well, I'm looking for a little more practical motive.
Well, what more practical motive could there be, sir? Worldly goods, as these he had none.
What about his wife?
A ridiculous implication.
Why?
Helene is a lovely soul, one who worshipped at Veneberg's shrine, who was dedicated selflessly to her tireless task of catering to his genius.
I can think of 25,000 reasons why she might get tired of it.
Sure you're not referring to that insurance policy?
Well, it supplies motive. Helene's disappeared. Unless she turns up fast with an airtight alibi, it looks pretty bad for her.
Yeah, I'd never considered it in that light before.
Well, now that you have, how does it look?
Would it be of any assistance to her if I were to inform you where she was last night?
It might.
You realize, of course, that my antipathy towards the minions of the law prevented me from divulging this sooner. But if it might be of possible aid to
Where
her...
was she, Towler?
Where she'd been every evening for the past month. Typing manuscripts, sir, at the apartment of Richard Hanley.
Yes, that's right, Dollar. Helene has been coming here evenings to type my column for me.
How did you forget to mention that little fact earlier?
My attorney was out of town. I wish to consult with him first.
What about Helene or yourself?
There have been no official charges made against her, and I've nothing to be concerned about.
Mm-hmm. Where is Helene now?
I can tell you only what I just finished telling Lieutenant Borzak over the phone.
And what was that?
I expect Helene here as usual at 8 o'clock tonight.
No objections if the lieutenant and I are here.
Not at all. My attorney will be here, too.
Do you mind telling me what time Helene left here last night?
It was a little past midnight.
Are you sure about the time?
Just as certain as you are that Veneberg was killed at approximately an hour before then.
Well, he got an alibi ready, too. You seem to have thought of everything, Mr. Hanley.
Under the circumstances, I thought it a reasonable thing to do.
Expense account item 4, 65 cents. Cab fare to the Chicago Avenue police station. I just paid off the driver and was heading for the entrance when Vorschach came hurrying down the stairs toward a squad car parked at the curb.
Oh, Dollar, you got here just in time. Come on, Butler.
Yeah, sure, Lieutenant. What's up?
A break on the Veneberg case.
You picked up Helene?
No, but this might be better. County Hospital, Joe. Some woman took an overdose of sleeping pills with an old picture of Veneberg's in her hand. A personally autographed copy of one of his books was on the bed table beside her. Sound interesting?
Yeah, maybe. What are you holding out, Lieutenant?
They found a .25 caliber Beretta automatic under her pillow.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? He rose to the presidency through successful careers as lawyer, army officer, and statesman. Though President Garfield offered him a cabinet position, he turned it down to become a senator from Ohio. Later, as president, he recommended the annexation of Hawaii. But his term expired before the bill could be acted on. He also helped the admission of North and South Dakota, Montana, Washington, Idaho, and Wyoming as states. If you don't have his name by now, here's another clue. In 1890, he signed a bill giving pensions to American war veterans. Who was he? Benjamin Harrison, 23rd President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. The run out to Wood Street and Cook County Hospital took us approximately 12 minutes. One of the interns on duty at the emergency entrance gave us a briefing in one of the admittance rooms.
Here's all we've got on her. It isn't much. She only came in about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, we know. What's the dope on?
Yeah, Jane Doe, white, female, American, about 30 years of age. Reported symptoms, overdose of barbiturates. Stomach comatose condition, pulse, respiration, blood pressure normal. Stomach contents removed, stimulants administered hypodermically, patient temporarily in 312. Well, there's the highlights, gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
Seem to be a few discrepancies, Lieutenant.
Now, the normal pulse, blood pressure, and respiration.
They don't fit in with my ideas about the symptoms of barbiturate poisoning.
They very definitely don't. I'd say the odds are about 10 to 1 that the lab report will show stomach contents to be normal.
Uh-huh. Well, let's have a look at her, Dollar.
Martin, darling. Forgive me, Martin. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to do it, Martin. But it's all right now, darling. We'll be together again.
We'd like to ask you a few questions, miss.
No, go away. Leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Oh, Martin, darling. Martin.
I'm a police officer, Miss Lieutenant Borchak.
Police officer?
And this is Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator.
I don't care what you are. Now go away, please. Go away. And leave me here with my memories of Martin.
What was Martin Veneberg to you?
He was my one and only true love. I worshipped at the shrine of his genius. Life isn't worth living without him. He was the shining beacon that was my one and only guiding light.
Are you sure that shining beacon isn't the spotlight at that grindhouse on North Clark Street?
What are you talking about?
You're Dolly Darling, aren't you? The one who's billed as the tempestuous sweetheart of Terpsichorean delights?
So what? What's that got to do with my love for Martin Veneberg?
You better be able to prove it.
What do I got to prove? It's enough for me that him and me were secret lovers. What right have you got to come around prying into a person's secret life?
Well, there happen to be a few laws concerning attempted suicide, Miss Darling.
Laws? You mean that there's a
Not
law?
to mention a few about filing a false crime report.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't do nothing wrong.
You better start talking, Miss Darling.
That low-down, dirty, stinking Sammy Farwell.
Your press agent?
Yeah. It was his idea. I told him it was nuts that we couldn't get away with it, but no, he's got himself delusions. The greatest gimmick since Barnum, he says, so look what happens. I get myself in a jam in this lousy pill factory. Got to wrestle with a stomach pump yet, and for what? What am I going to get out of it now?
Probably 30 to 90 days, depending on the judge.
Back at the Chicago Avenue station, Vorschach went through the routine on Dolly Darling and her publicity agent, Sam Farwell. It turned out just about as we expected.
Well, there it is, Dollar. Ballistics clears the 25 caliber Beretta they had planted as a prop for the publicity stunt.
Mm-hmm. Any previous arrests?
A couple of lewd performances for Dolly, some old ones for Farwell, dissemination of pornographic literature, assaults, no conviction. Veneberg's name doesn't show in either package, so.
Well, it doesn't help much in the little matter of who killed him, does it?
And I'm waiting for Helene Veneberg to do that.
Expected to show up at Hanley's tonight?
Yeah, it could be.
And if she doesn't?
Well, we got a tail on Hanley. He might lead us to her. If not, our APB will pick her up eventually.
Maybe.
You don't sound very convinced.
I guess I'm just not the optimistic type. I spent the rest of the day covering the bars, bookie joints, and assorted dives on the near north side that had been notoriously frequented by Martin Veneberg. I wound up in Dalton Towler's neighborhood no wiser than when I started. I figured I had nothing to lose by paying a little social call.
I take it, Mr. Dollar, that your visit has no connection with whatever impression my charm, wit, and brilliance may have had upon you earlier today.
Oh, maybe you're being too modest, Mr. Towler.
Oh, modesty is an attribute only of the mediocre, sir. It is unbecoming in the realm of talent and utterly irreconcilable with genius.
Well, into which category do those poems of yours fall?
Poems, sir?
The ones you were rushing to Martin Veneberg when you found his body.
Oh, they're not worthy of discussion. Insignificant in conception. Puerile in realization. I destroyed them.
Is that what you did with Veneberg's work, too?
Your meaning escapes me, sir.
Veneberg was working on something. The first writing he'd done in 20 years. He'd been at it steadily for a week, but the police didn't find a trace of manuscript. What happened to it, Mr. Towler?
I trust my impression that you're accusing me of having pilfered is erroneous, Mr. Dollar.
You found his body.
True, but I found no such manuscript.
Well, have it your way. But the police are bound to dig up that manuscript sometime.
One moment, sir.
Yeah?
There is something I can tell you.
Well, let's have it.
Martin Veneberg was writing. It was being done under contract to someone. For money.
Who was he writing it for?
So far, I've been unable to ascertain. But he showed me some of it. It was incredible, Mr. Dollar.
Badly written?
Martin Veneberg was utterly incapable of writing even one inferior line, sir. No, it was the contents to which I refer. Indescribable filth. I still find it impossible to believe.
So you took the manuscript and destroyed it?
It's what I would have wished to do. Unfortunately, there was no trace of the manuscript when I arrived there.
He started writing this stuff just about the time his wife disappeared. Any connection?
A definite one, sir. Helene had stood by him all these years because of her faith that someday he would write again. When he began, and she learned what he was doing, it was impossible for her to bear. She left him.
I suppose that's why he wanted to take her name off that insurance policy.
Such, I believe, was his intention.
Why tell me all this now, Towler?
It was your reference to the police, possibly finding that manuscript.
You're hoping that I'll find it first and destroy it?
If the rebirth of the soaring phoenix that was Martin Veneberg should be frustrated because of that writing, it would be the most heinous of all crimes, Mr. Dollar.
Worse than murder?
In my humble opinion, sir, yes.
It was getting on toward 8 o'clock when I left Towler's, so I called Lieutenant Vorschach to see if he was ready to keep our appointment with Richard Hanley.
You don't have to bother going over there now, Dollar.
Why not, Lieutenant?
We just found Helene Veneberg.
Yeah, where?
In the Chicago River. Floating face down. The preliminary examination shows she died about 12 to 24 hours ago.
Well, the time could match pretty closely with Martin's death.
Yeah, so could the probable cause of death. A couple of small caliber bullet wounds. Too soon for ballistics to identify yet, though.
Well, what about Richard Hanley?
Right now he's under physician's care. Broke down completely when we gave him the news. It's possible he did it, of course. Jealousy could give him a pretty good motive for Martin's death.
Doesn't tie in with Helene very well, though.
No. That'll be our headache from now on. Well, at least your job's over.
Yeah, it looks like it, but I'm in no hurry.
Oh? You got something on your mind?
Two things. A missing manuscript and a .25 caliber Beretta.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe I got the gun figured, so let's try the manuscript first, huh?
Well, Vandenberg was writing again. According to Towler, it was the kind of literature they sell in back rooms and dark alleys.
Yeah.
Towler thinks somebody who peddles that stuff gave him a commitment.
Yeah. Yeah, that starts to tie in with the gun pattern at that, doesn't it?
Somebody knew enough to use a Beretta as the plant in that publicity stunt of Dolly Darling's. Even ballistics didn't know the tight gun that had killed Vandenberg until maybe an hour before. That's on pornographic literature.
Only thing missing seems to be a motive.
Why don't we drop over to Dolly Darling's press agent and see if we can find one? The offices of Sammy Farwell, publicist, were located on the third floor of an old office building on North Wells Street.
311.
Down that way.
Yeah. Come on, Dollar.
Farwell, open up, police officers. Open up!
Better break it down. Oh, wait a minute.
Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to the sacrificial ceremony.
Dollar.
Something's burning in that wastebasket.
Pray do not trouble yourselves, gentlemen. It's much too late. The last works of Martin Vandenberg have already been reduced to ashes.
Where's Farwell?
In the inner office, sir. Oh, no need for haste. He's quite incapable of leaving there under his own locomotion.
Looks like Towler's right.
Yeah. There's the Beretta he used.
I trust you agree that this is a most satisfactory evening's work, gentlemen.
All right, Dollar, let's hear about it.
But of course, Lieutenant. I must confess I feel quite proud of myself for what has just transpired.
You knew Farwell had killed Martin and Helene?
Not his actual identity, no. But there had been word around of a violent disagreement over the unwelcome attentions Martin's sponsor was paying to Helene. It obviously ended in the shooting. Then he disposed of Helene later as a possible witness.
Why didn't you come to the police with this?
My dear Lieutenant, it was only the manuscript that was of concern to me. It was vital that I get to it before you did. And not until Mr. Dollar departed my humble abode did I learn Farwell's identity through the good offices of an old confrere.
So you came up here, shot him, and burned the script?
In essence, yes. There was a bit of disagreement involving that gun in there.
Yeah.
No need to appear so disconsolate, Mr. Dollar. I would say that all in all, when the phoenix does eventually rise from the ashes, he will agree that things have turned out quite well.
Expense account item 5, $19.40. Hotel bill and miscellaneous. Expense account item 6, $67.60. Airfare and incidentals back to Hartford. Expense account total, $153.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Welcome back. Kind of an interesting look at how society viewed explicit material back in the 1950s. Reminds me a little bit of the episode of Dragnet called The Big Producers. This tended to be viewed so negatively, you'd rarely see it in plots, so when it does show up, it is kind of rare. I have to say, even today, it'd be a somewhat tragic fate from a literary standpoint if a great writer were reduced to writing smutty material in their older ages in order to be able to make a living. Though perhaps some might say that that's kind of what goes on in some books. Well, anyway, we do turn now to listener comments and feedback. Russell writes in from South Carolina, said, just wanted you to know that I really enjoy your show. Go to bed listening to it every night. Keep up the good work. Well, thanks so much, Russ. And then we have this from Thomas, who writes over on Facebook. The Great Detectives of Old Time Radio was a great find for me. Thanks so much for making this material so readily available. All right, well, that will actually do it for today. We will be back tomorrow, our first ever Saturday show, a regular show. Join us for the lineup, and then join us back here next Friday for another episode of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. This show will also be running the feed of the Old Time Dragnet program, so to give people a sneak peek at the new program we're doing, the lineup. This is our first Saturday program, and I think you will enjoy it, as we're going to dedicate this day to the police procedurals, and we'll work through quite a few shows that are police procedural and detective programs. The first of these we'll do is the lineup. After the success of Dragnet, there were many shows that sought to capture that audience, just as when the hard-boiled detective genre became a going concern in 1945 and 46, there were countless programs that popped up. In my opinion, the two best of these programs were NBC's Tales of the Texas Rangers and CBS's presentation, The Lineup. Unlike Dragnet, The Lineup was not based on actual police cases. However, it could have been. Unlike another CBS program running at the same time, Broadway Is My Beat, Lineup managed to take a more realistic tone and be more tied in with the life of the actual policeman as he worked to solve the case. The series had a very strong cast, led by the great William Johnstone. Johnstone was best known as the voice of the Shadow. However, as anyone who's listened to the great detectives of old-time radio for any length of time knows, he had a great career as a character actor on multiple programs. The program would also feature several other actors appearing on a semi-regular basis in a wide variety of roles, including Tony Barrett, Jeanette Nolan, Virginia Gregg, and William Conrad. The first sidekick for William Johnstone's character, Ben Guthrie, will be familiar to many listeners of the great detectives of old-time radio. It's Wally Mayer who played Lieutenant Riley over on Let George Do It. At the center of each program is a lineup. The actual lineup may or may not provide a clue to the case being investigated. However, it sets the tone for a realistic, down-to-earth investigation. The series began as a summer replacement show in the summer of 1950 for the FBI in Peace and War, and it ran in that slot for 8 weeks. The case we have is the earliest in existence, and it is the third episode, and it was the first two were 3 young girls murdered, and the Abeyant Abnegated Alibi, and those were from July 6th and July 13th of 1950. Today's episode is from July 20th, 1950. So sit back and enjoy the lineup.
The FBI in Peace and War, usually heard at this time throughout the year, is taking its summer vacation. The FBI in Peace and War will return to CBS 6 weeks from now, August 31st. Ladies and gentlemen, we take you now behind the scenes of a police headquarters in a great American city, where under the cold, glaring lights will pass before us the innocent, the vagrant, the thief, the murderer. We take you now to the lineup.
Are you sure it's all right?
Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Hardesty.
I just don't want anything to happen to me. I've got a family.
Just identify the man you saw holding the gun. We'll see that nothing happens to him. Now, sit down.
Gangsters. I should never have taken that job as janitor there in the first place. A suite of offices. A nest for gangsters.
You should have thought about that
May I have your
sooner.
attention, please? You people out there on the other side of the wire, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Greb, Sergeant Matt Greb. I'll explain the lineup to you. Each of the suspects you will see will be numbered. I'll call off a number, their name, and charge. If you have any questions or identifications, please remember the number assigned to the prisoner as I call his name. At the end of the line, when I call for questions or identifications, call out the number. If you're sure or not too sure of the suspect, have him held.
I don't like this, Lieutenant. I'm worried.
The officers who took your name will assist you. They're seated among you. Please be prompt with your questions or identifications. When the prisoners leave here, they are sent to the bathroom and dressed back into their jail clothes. It makes it quite difficult to bring them back here after they leave. The questions I ask these suspects are merely to get a natural tone of voice, so do not pay too much attention to their answers, as they often lie. Bring on the line. This way, boys, right down the stage. You, the front man, walk to the end of it, take your place. The rest follow. Turn around and face front. Hands by your sides. Look straight ahead so the people out there can see you. Number 1, John Meston, vagrancy. Where do you live, John?
House on 69th Street.
I know that, but what number?
Ain't no number. One with a flag and over now.
All right. What were you doing when the officer arrested you?
I was in a barrel.
What were you doing in a barrel?
Nothing, Lieutenant. When things get going bad, I find me a barrel and I sit in it until I feel better. Anything wrong with that?
Number 2, Lee Dahlgren, carrying concealed weapons. Where do you live, Lee?
Blue Point Hill, 1256 Park Boulevard.
That's a pretty tony place, Lee. What were you doing on Skid Row with the Luger? Walking? Where'd you get the Luger?
It's not mine, it's my wife.
Where'd she get it?
I was going to ask her today where she got it.
Number 3, Aram Kojaran, theft. Where do you live, Aram?
Uratu, Armenia.
Armenia? What are you doing here?
Getting ready to go back to Uratu, Armenia.
What were you doing when the officer arrested you?
Practicing my profession like so I had in Uratu, Armenia.
What's your profession, Aram?
Pickpocket.
Number 4, Eddie Gaynor, suspicion of murder. Where do you live?
Wherever you led me.
Number 4.
Mr. Harris.
Number 4.
All right, Sergeant. Turn sideways, Eddie. Okay. Again, so your back is to the audience. Again, sideways. Front, Eddie. Is this man identified?
How about it, Mr. Hardesty?
Number 4.
You're new in town, aren't you, Eddie?
I wouldn't say so. I already feel like I was born here, lived here, died here.
When did you get in?
2 days ago, it's a frame. I didn't kill him. Maybe I should never come.
From where?
Long Ridge. It's in Illinois. It's where Chicago dumps its garbage.
Why did you leave it?
I told you. Wanted to better myself. Live like real people live. Especially rich people.
What do you do, Eddie?
Come again?
I mean, what's your work, your profession? How do you make a living?
Oh, that. I steal, beat up on a week. The price is right, I'll kill. There are other ways to make a living.
Johnny Durando was a big man in our town. The price for killing him must have been high. Who paid you to kill him, Eddie?
Nobody. Because I didn't kill Johnny Durando. Why should I kill him? I needed him.
For what?
What I said, to better myself. Johnny was big.
He was a hoodlum, a gangster.
Like I said, like you said, he was big. Good connections. When I get to town, the wind whispers in my ear, Johnny Taranto. With Johnny, it'll be good. I don't kill what's good for me.
Hardesty, the janitor, the man who identified you, said he heard shots early this morning while he was cleaning up. Saw you running out of Johnny's office with a gun in your hand. Found Johnny with bullet holes in him.
Just like I found him.
Tell me how it was.
It'll do good.
Tell me.
Walking down the hall of Johnny's office, I hear shots. Quick, I run in. Johnny slumped over his desk. He's dead with his head on his penny bank. I reach for my gun. I don't have it.
Oh?
I don't have it because my gun got there ahead of me. It's on the floor at Johnny's feet. My gun. Time to fight. I knew I had an appointment with him at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Why didn't you leave it alone? Why'd you pick up your gun? Why did you run?
You must be kidding.
Must be making big ha-ha jokes with me, huh? Why does a guy like me want? Who arranged your appointment with Toronto?
Something who sells perfume, cologne.
Ruby Lloyd?
Yeah, Ruby. Never saw him before in my life. About 5 o'clock, he picks me up at the pool room where I've been hanging out. In his big car. Takes me to a store, sells me a fifth of November afternoon. Tells me I got an appointment with Johnny. What more could a guy ask?
Between 5 and 2 in the morning, where were you?
And the girl. I'd give you her name free. Because she was in on the frame. Jenny Breen. The free smile counter in Mickey's bar in Maine.
How were you framed, Eddie? Tell me.
Jenny takes me home with her because she says I'm a stranger in town. We talk, she sings me a lullaby. Fall asleep. 5 to 2, she wakes me, pushes me out the door. I shouldn't be late for my appointment with Toronto. I don't even have time to notice my gun is gone. I figured him.
You got a date, Eddie.
You got a date to die because you're murdered.
What have you got, Matt?
A report from ballistics. The bullet in Toronto's body came from Eddie's gun here.
Yeah, what a pretty frame. You boys can go petty pie now. You day's work.
Maybe, Eddie. I'll go make sure. Lock him up, Matt.
You drinking what, mister?
Scotch, Johnny Walker.
Scotch.
Thanks.
Well, you asked for it, you got it. Makes me nervous when a guy just stares at his scotch. Oh, lonesome, huh? A Scotch stare with a burden. We provide, mister.
Yeah. Friend told me.
You see, a friend told you. Our hostesses bring a smile, mister. What'd your friend tell you?
Jenny.
Yeah, he told you good. Jenny. Hey, Jenny. A friend told this lonesome man there was a girl, Jenny, here.
Hello.
He poured that drink for you, Jenny.
Uh-huh. Well-colored keg.
Enjoy each other. Yell loud and clear when you want more.
I said hello.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of a clever answer.
Forget it.
I was just thinking.
Forget
Jenny.
that, too. Still a young evening. Give me a nickel, huh?
All right. Here.
What'd your friend say about me?
That you're nice to talk to? He was in last night.
It's a good song. It's a real good song.
Last night he came in feeling unhappy. He said, Jenny, listen to him.
What line of work are you in, mister?
Oh, you call it public relations?
Fancy. I like things made out of silk. Your friend tell you that?
He said he went home with you.
Last night?
Mm-hmm.
Last night.
That's what Eddie said.
You know why you're not drinking your drink? Because you're a cop on duty who's not drinking on duty.
What happened last night?
Max, come here. What happened to me last night, Max?
Oh, what happened to you last night? You were here till 3 in the a.m. I took you home. Had my eye on you all last night, Jenny.
Goodbye, cop.
And Ben. Hey, just in time. I was just going to close up.
Hi, Ruby.
What's the matter, Ben? You going out and you need to smell good? I guess an English cologne on sale makes you smell like a dove. Come on in. I locked the door because if another customer came in, I'd be rude to him. I'm that tired. Well, what can I show you, Ben? It's always such a pleasure to wait on you.
You stayed open today, huh, Ruby?
I shouldn't have done that. Should have stayed home and sewed the black band on my sleeve, huh? Yes, but I've got a sale going on. It's been advertised in the press, on radio, and TV. Oh, I couldn't disappoint my client.
Johnny Taranto might have been disappointed.
Johnny might have been at that. In many ways, he was a sensible man. You know, Ben, I've been so engrossed in this sale, I didn't even think of it in that way. Oh, forgive me, Johnny.
That's all Johnny's death means to Companion, his number one errand boy.
Well, at the funeral, I'll be his number one mourner. Oh, why'd you pry into my emotions, Ben?
Where were you last night, Ruby? Around 2 o'clock, say.
Well, with my wife at home. I couldn't sleep, so my wife played hearts with me. You can check that with her maid. She let us use her cards. I don't keep a pack in the house.
If Johnny Taranto's dead, the syndicate could crown you king in this town, couldn't it, Ruby?
Oh, it could, but I gave up all that years ago, as everyone knew, even Johnny. And you know, in my heart, I hate perfume.
What did you promise Eddie for the job?
Eddie Gaynor? Oh, you think I hired him to kill Johnny?
Could work out good for you that way. You get rid of Johnny, frame the kid, retire from toilet water.
Oh, if I weren't so exhausted, Ben, I'd be angry with you. Well, look, it was like this. Word comes to me a kid from out of town wants to contact Johnny. I'm a friend to man, so I arrange a meeting. How do I know the kid is unstable and will throw bullets like stones into Johnny's face? Oh, here, I'll let you out.
I'll manage. Don't take your wife away for a vacation, Ruby. We'd miss you both.
Just got a call, Lieutenant. Homicide.
Where, Faraday?
Alley between Maple and Truth, 23rd Street, 3 blocks away. Red light siren.
Let's go.
Yeah. I guess down here, Lieutenant. Yeah, there.
I should have figured it.
No purse. Might make identification a little tough.
No, I know who she is.
Huh?
A girl who liked hillbilly music.
In the bar?
Yeah. Call them all, Party. Tell them to come to an alley and pick up Ginny Breen.
You are a witness behind the scenes at police headquarters as we bring you The Lineup. It's not only murder in an antique shop. It's murder by an antique method which faces Mr. Keene when he comes to CBS again tonight. This time, the famed tracer of lost persons investigates the death of a man who owns an old curiosity shop and who has been murdered by one of his items of merchandise, an antique battle axe. Join Mr. Keene just a little later tonight on most of these same CBS stations for Murder in the Old Curiosity Shop. And now, we return you to The Lineup.
Yeah, Matt, come in.
Going home?
I guess. I don't know.
Well, let me know. I want a lift. 2 in the morning's long enough to work.
I need the bed. Me too.
What's worrying you, Ben? A gang killing? You've been through it before. Sometimes we come up with a killer, sometimes no. So you sleep on it.
Simple as that, eh?
Simpler. A young hooligan comes to town, knocks over Johnny Taranto. What's comfort?
I know.
So you sleep on it.
Matt.
You're still trying to alibi Eddie Gaynor?
He said he was framed.
A young hood, his gun at the scene of the crime. Oh, don't get philosophical about a punk like that.
Why was Ginny Breen killed, Matt?
A hanger-on. She rubbed noses with hooligans. She could have come to me 5 years ago, and I would have told her what happened. Maybe I couldn't have said what alley, but there would have been an alley in it.
We've got to find out who killed him, Matt.
We will.
And who killed Johnny Taranto?
Eddie Gaynor.
I don't know. I really don't know, Matt.
How can you not know? Taranto runs everything in this town that's got a fast dollar strung to it. He buys lots with these fast dollars, most anything he wants. Let's not kid ourselves. Taranto owns his part of this town. Someone wants it, hires Eddie Gaynor to kill him. Let's not kid each other, Ben.
I'll drop you off, Matt.
What's late hours, boy?
What's on your mind, Tobin?
What's on my mind, he says. What's on a lawyer's mind at a time like this? A place like this? With boys like you?
Stop jingling those coins, Tobin.
All right.
What's on your mind?
Read it. Read it and pop a tear. A writ. Habeas corpus, boys. Release Eddie Gaynor. Writ says so. I'll wait for him at the desk. Sleep well.
What stupid...
I'll go on with your education, Ben. Eddie Gaynor's just been sprung. People with connections.
Don't say it, don't say it. Come on, I'll take you home. All right. Yeah?
I just got to tell you this, Copper, because it's too good to keep to myself.
Who is this?
You slept the night through, Copper. Your pillow was a deadly mistake. Deadly.
What are you talking about?
It's 7 o'clock in the morning of a new day. You don't know what I'm talking about? Eddie Gaynor, that's what.
What about Eddie?
You should never have released him, Copper. Because releasing Eddie made him sick. So sick he died.
Who is this?
Try the used car lot on 12th. Worries. That's where you'll find Eddie. Because Eddie was used up.
You know, I'm glad you came for him. That corpse had me going there for a while.
Oh?
Yeah, I walked into my lot. I'm Murray of Murray's Used Cars. Your name, please, sir?
Ben Guthrie.
Thanks, Mr. Guthrie. I take your name because it is unknown when you might be in the market for a used car. I know your name. It's like you're dealing with an old friend.
You found him like this?
Just the way you see him sitting there in the front seat, like he was real. Like he was admiring the dashboard of this luxurious bargain in a used car. I helloed him, went into my spiel.
You couldn't tell he was dead?
Well, now, I tell you, Mr. Guthrie, some of the suckers I get in here, it's hard to tell. But this one looks so sold. I thought he was alive and intelligent. Why, I even handed him my ballpoint fountain pen.
This man's Eddie Gaynor. Why didn't you call the police?
Well, finding a dead man all shot up in one of your better used car bargains, that takes a little mulling over, friend. After I mulled, I was going to call you for sure. On it. You say this man's Eddie Gaynor I've been reading about in the papers? Well, what do you know? Well, what do you know about that?
Lieutenant Guthrie.
Yes, what is it, Faraday?
That lawyer, Tobin. We still haven't been able to find him. Still can't understand why he should take off like he did. Lose himself.
A client of his was found murdered in a used car lot. Maybe Tobin was ashamed. Maybe he heard we'd want to question him.
Yeah, but a big criminal lawyer like that?
Maybe something will come up. Keep looking. I've got to make this line up.
Yes, sir. And what did you say to the officer, Lee?
I didn't know he was an officer.
What'd you say to him?
Just, did he want to see the sights of the city, tour of the spot, have a good time, you know.
Number 26, Mooney Roger, purse snatching. Where do you live, Mooney?
I believe that's the man, Sergeant.
I believe that's the man, Sergeant.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Sergeant Graham?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Send that man to my office for interrogation. Woman, too.
Right.
Hi, Lieutenant.
Oh, come in, Florence. Sit down. Mooney will be here in a minute.
Do I look awful? His clothes fit me like a bag. I can't help it, Lieutenant. I felt conspicuous all during that lineup.
Oh, it'll pass. You're getting to be a good policewoman, Florence.
I did good, huh?
You're dead, Mooney? Just fine.
I want to tell you, miss, when you're off duty, not being a policewoman, hold on to your purse tighter. There's guys like me for real on the streetcars.
What have you got, Mooney?
I'm a good stoolie, huh?
Yes, I told you.
The lady, the miss, does she think... Mooney? You're a good stoolie. Yeah. It's clever the way I arranged for the cops to pick me up so the boys won't know my true profession, so I can stay alive. So much shooting lately. Yeah.
What have you done?
You're looking for a lawyer, Tobin.
Mm-hmm.
I got a friend. Runs a Ferris wheel at the Bayshore Park. He's got a little room underneath the hotel.
There, huh?
You might try that, Lieutenant. Once Tobin did my friend a big favor. Larceny rap. You might try that.
You're a good stoolie, Mooney.
Yeah.
You're not a welcome sight to me, boys. You won't mind my saying it right to your faces.
Oh, Tobin, that hurts. Haven't we always cooperated with you? You walk in jingling coins, you ask us to release a boy. We release him just because you ask us. You have to be glad to see.
Sure, Tobin. We made it so easy for Eddie Gaynor to get killed, we thought you'd want to thank us. That's why we looked you up.
I had nothing to do with killing that boy. Absolutely nothing. Quite the reverse.
Reverse? That means you were trying to save his life. Is that what it means, Tobin? Well, answer me.
It must mean something else, huh, Ben?
You're wasting your time, boys. I studied the law real hard. That's why I know about things like this. How policemen can waste time.
Where did it get you, studying hard? You've got a mansion, a 3-car garage, servants to feed you, press your pants, and you end up under a Ferris wheel.
Maybe it's this, Matt. Maybe it's just that he likes to hide under a Ferris wheel. Other people ride, he hides.
It's just like you say, boy.
But there's one thing we don't understand, Tobin. Why do you like to hide? If you're all clear like you say, what's the need?
I forgot.
Maybe you thought no one would notice how Eddie was killed. How you got him out on a writ so he could be killed.
I forgot.
But at headquarters you'll remember, eh, Tobin? So fix the crease in your pants and let's go.
Yeah, come on, let's go. How can you stand the noise of that wheel going round and round over your head, huh? Thing like that could drive a man bats. Put the loose change in your pocket, Tobin. It'll get in the way of the cuffs.
You're making a big mistake, boys.
But we'll live. People like you make a mistake and you die. That's the difference between us.
There's one other thing we don't understand, Tobin. Eddie Gaynor was almost sure to be executed. Why did the syndicate have him released? Wouldn't it have been cheaper to let the state kill Eddie for him? The cuffs too tight, Tobin?
I'll make a deal with you, boys.
You know better. No deal.
I'll offer it anyway. You can consider it. There's no law says you can't consider it.
So?
You said a man like me makes a mistake, he gets killed. You were so right, you don't know.
Riddles, Tobin.
All I want for what I give you is protection. You've got to promise you'll do your best to keep me from getting murdered.
What have you got to give?
I was Johnny Taranto's friend. I tried to make something up to him. I didn't want him dead.
Who did?
There's the promise. All right, kind heart, I'll tell you anyway. Eddie Gaynor was framed because someone wanted Johnny dead. Johnny was killed, and Eddie was a perfect pigeon. It was my own idea to get Eddie released. I thought Johnny would like that, for me to use this someone's pigeon to avenge Johnny's death.
This someone killed Johnny. Who?
Ruby Lloyd.
And the girl?
Ruby Lloyd.
And Eddie?
Ruby Lloyd. He'd kill me, too, if he could find me.
Prove it to us, Tobin.
How?
We'll get you to the phone. You'll call Ruby. Tell him he doesn't have to look for you anymore. You'll be at Taranto's office in an hour.
You don't believe me, huh? You'll protect me?
If we have to.
You'll have to.
You sure you'll be all right, Ben?
Oh, I like it here, man. I like Taranto's swivel chair. No squeaks. Airfoam. Got a rich feel about it. How do you open a penny bank? Taranto's penny bank. How do... Well, never mind. I got it.
I don't get it. I thought I was going to be...
The pigeon?
Look, Ben, what do you want to be, a hero?
Ruby Lloyd expects to meet Tobin here, doesn't he? I just want to surprise him.
I didn't realize that you
Take
boys...
him out of here, man. Hold him on a... Well, he'll tell you what to hold him on.
An open charge will make it. Take me away, officer.
You sure, Ben?
On your way out, turn out the lights.
All right.
See you, Ben.
Alban? Alban? You here?
Did I scare the pennies out of your hand, Tobin? Did I hurt you bad? I only want to kill you. That's for getting Eddie Gaynor released. That's for getting away the first time. And that's to make sure you don't get away again.
Drop it, Ruby.
Yeah, huh?
Drop it. You're covered.
Prove it to me.
I've got you covered, Ruby. Behind you. You don't believe, look over your shoulder. 3 murders. But then you can only die once. Huh, Ruby? Let's go.
The lineup was produced and directed by Elliott Lewis, written by Morton Fine and David Friedkin, and stars William Johnstone as Lieutenant Ben Guthrie and Wally Mayer as Sergeant Matt Grebb. Music was composed and conducted by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Virginia Gregg, Howard McNear, Junius Matthews, Edgar Barrier, Anthony Barrett, Paul Freese, and Clayton Post. The mysterious death of a man in Philadelphia in April of this year will be the unsolved murder case presented on CBS' new anti-crime show, Somebody Knows, tonight. And after the facts are presented, $5,000 reward will be offered again for clues you may have leading to arrest and conviction of the killer. Somebody Knows a vital clue which has not yet come to light when these taken-from-life cases are presented each Thursday on most of these same CBS stations. Somebody Knows will be along just a little later tonight on CBS. This is CBS, where crime photographer solves the case on Thursday night, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, it's not quite Dragnet, but definitely had a more realistic tone. And I do love the lineup scenes. Really, it's a great highlight and perhaps some of the best source of humor, both intentional and perhaps unintentional in the series. I should mention, though, that we owe a great debt of gratitude in terms of being able to decipher the order of this series to the site digitaldailyftp.com. Their log of the lineup really has allowed me to get this in order. This has probably been one of the series that has been most neglected in terms of being given proper ordering, and you've had so many mislabeled shows out there. They did an outstanding job over there making a good and readable log. To clarify their own logs, they went over to the Thousand Oaks Library and took a look at actual script pages. And even after that, there's still some episodes that are marked title unknown. Well, we'll have more details on the series. I've kind of gone to a point where I try and do a rolling introduction to the series rather than jamming 10 minutes into the first program. So we'll have more on the cast and writers of the lineup in the next episode. If you are listening to this on the old-time Dragnet series and you'd just like to follow the procedural programs, just type into your computer, if you're using iTunes, go to procedural.greatdetectives.net. And then if you are using something other than iTunes, just type in procedural2.greatdetectives.net. And that will allow you to just subscribe to the police procedural programs if you don't want to hear the other shows. But for the rest of our listeners, we will actually be back on Monday with another adventure of Frank Race. And then on Saturday, join us back here for the lineup. In the meanwhile, send your comments to box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter, Radio Detectives, and call us 208-991-4783. But from Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.